And we are back here once again at Northwestern Oklahoma State University Ranger Baseball. And we'll be bringing you the... And welcome back to Northwestern Oklahoma State Ranger Baseball. We are back here for game number 2 of our doubleheader. And we're jumping right into things with the second pitch of the inning. Ball 2 to leadoff hitter Ben Bryant. Starting pitcher for the Rangers is number 23, Cade Phelps. Phelps, a sophomore out of Wellington, Kansas. And this one will go high from the lefty. 3-0 now the count to Ben Bryant. Bryant went 0 for 5 in the first game, recording a walk. We'll bring the lineups for both teams here in just a moment, as that pitch is in there for a strike. Game 1 going to the Golden Eagles from the University of Minnesota Crookston as this ball's popped up, could be playable, and just behind the fencing here, behind home plate. Golden Eagles taking game 1 of this doubleheader, 8-0, off some strong pitching by a winning pitcher, Jake Dykoff, and some good relief pitching from 2 more of the Golden Eagles in Osawaski and Sorensen. This ball slapped into left field, should be playable. And making the play in left field is Dylan Norson. Norson moving over from right field to left field this game. You'll see several starters from both teams still playing in game number 2 of the doubleheader. A third game tomorrow starting at 1 o'clock to finish the series. So Ben Bryant flies to left field for out number 1. And now coming to the plate is the first baseman, Jake Hiela. Hiela 0 for 4 in the first game, but he did score a run. The sun's starting to go down right now, and it's going to be getting a little bit colder. This ball is hit deep into left center. Way back and over the left center field fence, and Hiela has got a home run. That is his first hit of the season. Hiela coming across the plate to score his second run of the day and the first of game number 2. So Jake Hiela rudely greets Cade Phelps with a first inning home run. Coming to the plate now is going to be the third baseman, Ben Tome. And he looks at strike 1. Starting game time for this game was 4:24. Check swing in there for a strike, and the count moves to 1-1 off the lefty, Cade Phelps. So 1 out and 1 run scored here in this game number 2 as this ball is outside. Count goes to 1-2. On deck for the Golden Eagles is center fielder Brad Morris, followed by shortstop Mitch Goodwin. And a big swing and a miss there for a strikeout and out number 2 in this first inning. So Brad Morris coming to the plate. As I said, shortstop Mitch Goodwin now on deck. DH Cameron Demaria. Demaria is making his first start. He'll be batting 6th. Also making his first start will be their catcher, Sonny Resnick. Right fielder Chad Musser batting 8th. And Zeke Haas, left fielder, batting 9th. There's a shot to shortstop sorry about that. New shortstop in there for the Rangers. I'm used to saying Hamakawa. New shortstop is Brian Guerrero. Moves to his backhand. Nice throw to first, but just in time at first base for an infield single is Brad Morris. So 2 quick hits here in the top of the first inning for the Golden Eagles. And coming to the plate is shortstop Mitch Goodwin. Goodwin 0 for 2 in the first game. This ball is hit to second base. Going to be able to flip that one? Probably. Nope. Yes, he does. That is Hamakawa playing second base, and he flips over to Guerrero for the final out. We head to the bottom of the first. Rangers already trailing by 1 off the home run from Jake Hayella. We'll be right back in a few moments on the Rangers Sports Network. And welcome back here to Myers Stadium at Glass Family Field. Fred Aubuchon bringing you Ranger Baseball. Game number 2 of our doubleheader here, game 2 of a 3-game series. Game 3 will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Coming to the plate now, leading off for his first at-bats of the new season is Joseph Frisley. He'll be facing off against starting pitcher Connor Richardson for the Golden Eagles. Connor Richardson is a right-handed 6'4" redshirt junior out of Grand Forks, North Dakota. And Joseph Frisley, again, getting his first at-bat. The lefty takes ball 1 and ball 2 to start the at-bat. Frisley is a sophomore out of Denton, Texas. Playing center field here for the Rangers. Takes a good cut, fouls that one away, third base side. Rangers still in their all-white uniforms with red trim. The Golden Eagles come in with the cream-colored uniforms with the maroon trim. And the windup in the deal, this pitch is slapped again, third base side out of play, safely into the parking lot. So a quick 2-2 count here to start the top or bottom of the first inning here on Frisley. Joseph did not appear in game number 1, but he is getting the leadoff spot here in game number 2. Pitch from Richardson as well as fouled straight back. So 3 straight foul balls here by Joseph Frisley. Opening day here in Alva, Oklahoma for both these ball clubs. University of Minnesota Crookston coming down out of the Northern Sun. This ball is way inside for a full count now, 3-2. Last season, the Golden Eagles finished 5th in the Northern Sun, going 18-10 in conference play. Led by head coach Steve Gust, overall record of 26-12. Good check swing, and first base runner on here for the Rangers with a leadoff walk. And coming to the plate is going to be third baseman Sean Kelly. Sean Kelly had a solid first game, going 2 for 4 to begin the season. Fred Aubuchon here filling in for Dustin Goodnow, the true voice of Ranger athletics. So man on first, nobody down here in the bottom of the first inning. This pitch is going to be just inside for ball one. Golden Eagles won game one 8-0, have jumped out very quickly here in game number two with a first inning home run off the bat of Jake Hayella. Now working from the stretch, here's Richardson. The long righty looks in, here's the pitch. Cut on and fouled straight back. Count goes to 1-1. Again, Sean Kelly having 2 hits here for the Rangers in game number one. Hits were limited for the Rangers, as they totaled only 4. And waiting patiently here is Sean Kelly, looking to get his 3rd hit on the day, maybe even advance Frisley, move over to first base. That'll be an average pickoff attempt. It wasn't anything too threatening there, just trying to keep him close. Not a terrible idea maybe to go with a bunt and run here on a 1-1 count. Richardson taking his time. He's in no hurry on that mound. Here's the pitch. And a little bit of a breaking ball there. It looks like Kelly was way out in front. Count now goes to 1-2 here in the bottom of the first inning. Temperature holding steady at 52 degrees. Wind still coming out of the north at about 14 miles an hour, making it feel about 48 degrees outside. That ball's fouled off on the right-hand side and out of play. Outfield for the Golden Eagles. Haas playing over in left. Morris up in center. Muster over in right. Toma is over at third base. Goodwin at short. Bryant at second. Hayella over at first base. Another pickoff attempt. That was a little more of the A move. Connor Richardson on the mound, and behind the plate for the first time is Sonny Resnick. Blake Hoffman is DHing this game. He's on deck waiting to get in. In the hole is Brandon Holdren. And we'll give you the rest of the lineup here in just a moment. 1-2 the count here. Still, another A move. That was close. Just got back. Batting fifth for the Rangers is Dylan Norson, playing left field. Over at second base, moving from short to second, is Hugo Hamakawa. In right field, playing his first game, Braden Koenig. Catching for his first time is going to be Gavin Mendoza. And playing in his first game at shortstop, Brian Guerrero. This pitch is slapped into right center. That has a chance to get in the gap. Going up against the wall. That's going to be in there and gone. I didn't think that went over, but that was over the wall. And the Rangers score their first runs of the 2022 season thanks to a 2-run homer from Sean Kelly. Sean Kelly picking up his 3rd hit of the day. And he is very excited for his ball club, and his team is excited too, as they have taken the lead for the first time today with a 2-run homer here in the bottom of the second to go up 2-1. So the first real excitement for Ranger baseball today, coming off the bat, is Sean Kelly. Sean Kelly having a great first day, and Blake Hoffman now coming to the plate. Hoffman, the All-American in Division II baseball, and he sees a pitch high and tight, and Blake Hoffman gives a quick stare right back to the mound. He did not appreciate the high and tight. So ball one here on Hoffman. If he slaps one into right center field, that's going to drop in. It should be 2 bases. Hoffman rounding first, going to second. The ball is now just being picked up. He might go. Nope, he's going to hold up at second. And Hoffman gets his first hit of the day. And already the Ranger bats have come to play in game number 2. Rangers with 3 base runners and 3 batters to begin game 2, and this is a lot more like it. This is what people have come to expect from the Northwestern Ball Club, is lots and lots of base runners and solid hitting. And right there, back-to-back big swings going deep for the Rangers. So Sean Kelly blows it open with the 2-run homer, followed up by a great-looking double by Blake Hoffman. Coming to the plate now, Brandon Holdren. Holdren 1 for 4 in the first game. Lefty on righty matchup. Holdren, the lefty, playing first base in this game. Holdren slaps one over to second base. Picked up there by Bryant, thrown to first. It will advance the runner. So good job by Holdren to get a runner to third base with only 1 out. Coming to the plate now is going to be Dylan Norson. Maybe Norson can follow suit. Everybody seems to be picking up their first hits in game 2. Norson went 0 for 4 in the first game, and now he's playing left field for the first time after playing right field the entire 9 innings of game number 1. And that pitch is going to be low. Nice stop there by the catcher, Resnick. Rangers coming off of a fantastic 2021 campaign, going 21-12 and a 4th place finish in the GAC. There's a ball to second base. Off the glove of the second baseman, Bryant. He throws to first. Ooh, I don't know if they got him, but he said they did. But that will be a RBI for Norson as he gets the run in from third. So Hoffman scores after getting on base with the double. That, I don't know, that looked like he could have been safe on there. If we had a replay, I would definitely be one you'd want to call in. So an RBI ground out, 4-3 for out number 2. But the third run is already scored here in the bottom of the first. And now coming to the plate, Yugo Hamakawa. And he'll do a half-check swing on a high pitch that gets called for a strike. Yugo stands at 5'11". That pitch was about 6 foot, but still got called for a strike. And that one's in the dirt for ball 1. Count goes to 1-1. Boy, it's great to look out and see that scoreboard with runs in the run column for the Rangers. That's what a lot of us came out here to see, was these great bats for Northwestern, and we're seeing them already here in the first. That ball is way inside and gets away. Not even an attempt by Resnick to stop that one as the count moves to 2-1. And here's the pitch. Good looking swing there, but the ball was just low and away. Just missing was Hamakawa. Count goes to 2-2. We'll bring you some statistical totals from the first game here in a couple innings coming up and kind of cover everything that happened in the first game. But for right now, it's off to a great start for the Rangers. This ball has just got a piece of it for Yugo. Foul back. And the count remains 2-2. So excited to have Ranger baseball back in action. In a few days we're here, we'll have Ranger softball back in action. It's just so fun to get our spring sports going. And already running wild in this 2022 year of ours as we all try to get past the last couple of years and what COVID has done to collegiate athletics. Another foul ball there by Yugo. Count remains 2-2. 2 down here in the bottom of first. There's a slapper to first base, just foul. Picked up by Hayela. Braden Koenig is on deck right now for the Rangers, playing right field, looking forward to getting his first at-bats of the new season. That pitch just outside. That's a good no call by the home plate umpire, moving the count to full. Hamakawa drew a walk in game number 1, but did not record a hit. Looking to get his first hit here of the 22 campaign. Here's the pitch. This ball's popped up behind home plate and is going to get out of play. And right on top of us here, I can hear it bang off the roof, so the count will remain 3-2. Yugo Hamakawa out of Tokyo, Japan. played at Edmonds Community College before coming to Northwestern. Breaking ball just misses high, and that'll be the second walk of the inning drawn by the Rangers. And maybe we're going to get a swing of good luck switching in the walks, as the Rangers walked 13 different batters in Game 1 against Crookston and picked up only 2 walks of their own in the entire game, and now they've already walked twice in this game. So it's a good sign here. Maybe the momentum is now switching in the side of Northwestern. So ride, Rangers, ride. Let's keep it going. Braden Coney getting his first at-bat of the day, and he'll look at strike 1. Braden from Fargo, North Dakota, a sophomore that started his career at Bismarck State College. A lot of lefties in this lineup for the Rangers today. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball outside. Just pull the trigger on that one. It's a good pitch there by Connor Richardson. Richardson, a 6'4" right-handed junior out of Grand Forks, North Dakota. This ball's fouled off deep into the parking lot. That's probably car territory out there. On deck, Gavin Mendoza catching this game for the Rangers, looking for his first at-bats. And in the hole, shortstop Brian Guerrero. Long look in here from Richardson. 0-2 count. 2 down, man on here in the bottom of the first. Clouds have been rolling in, so it's getting a little darker. That ball is slapped to third, scooped up by Tomei. He flips to first. Nice stretch there by Hayela, and that'll end the inning. The Rangers pick up 3 runs, get a lot of runners on the base paths, and we head into the top of the second. Northwestern on top, 3-1. We'll be right back on the Rangers Sports Network. And welcome back here once again to Meyer Stadium. This is Fred Aubuchon bringing you Ranger Baseball. Top of the second inning right now. Rangers on top 3-1 over visiting University of Minnesota Crookston. Minnesota Crookston taking game number 1, 8-0. Rangers now up in game 2 here in the second. Coming to the plate is designated hitter Cameron Demaria. And this will be Demaria's first at-bats of the new season. He did not appear in game number 1. And waiting for the pitch from starting pitcher Cade Phelps. There's a shot to center, shortstop. Guerrero with the throw over to Holdren for out number 1. So good first out there against Demaria, and 1 down here in the top of the second. So Guerrero playing shortstop, moving Yugo Hamakawa over to second. Holdren appearing over at first base for Blake Hoffman, who's moved to the DH position, and Kelly playing third base again. Mendoza behind the plate. And coming to the plate now is going to be catcher Sonny Resnick as he looks at ball 1. Dylan Norson out there in left field, not playing right field this game. Instead, that's going to be Koenig over in right field. And then leadoff hitter Joseph Frisley playing out there in center. And here is the pitch. Good looking pitch there for strike one, so count moves to 1-1. Cade Phelps, a 6'3" sophomore out of Wellington, Kansas, started his career at Butler Community College. Ooh, just missing. Phelps' pitch looked pretty good there. Count goes to 2-1. The clouds have really rolled in here to the east, and the wind is slowly dying down just a bit. Good looking pitch there from Phelps, strike two. Phelps giving up a home run in the first inning and settled down and struck out the next batter. Gave up a single, and then had Goodwin hit into a fielder's choice. Starts off this inning with a ground out, and now moves the count to 3-2 after this ball is in the dirt. Sonny Resnick is the catcher. He did not play in Game 1. The 6'1" senior is out of Twin Valley, Minnesota. So a full count on Resnick. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be fouled off first base side and not a play. On deck is Chad Musser. Musser played in the first game, was officially 0 for 0, but was on base, I believe, every time he got to the plate. This ball is hit third base side. That one's going to also go foul. Hits off the wall in front of a lot of the Ranger bullpen guys. And it will remain a full count here with one down in the top of the second inning. And the pitch just got a piece of that one. Resnick staying alive. Phelps and Resnick having a nice battle here. Big shout out to our men's and women's basketball teams on Hall of Fame weekend, both getting big wins against East Central yesterday. And this ball is hit off the handle of the bat, foul. So excited for what both of our men's and women's basketball teams are doing at this moment. We've got softball going to be starting up, I think, this weekend for the Rangers. Rangers will be home again tomorrow at 1 o'clock in baseball. So Northwestern sports looking great right now. We'd like to keep that going. Another full count pitch here to Resnick. This ball's popped up into center. Frisley looking to get his first play of the day. And he squeezes that one for out number 2. Nice, easy, harmless pop-up off the bat of Resnick. And Chad Musser coming to the plate. Musser officially had 2 runs in the first game, an RBI with no hits and no official at-bats, and 4 walks, and I believe was hit by a pitch. Now the lefty-on-lefty matchup with Phelps and Musser. Here's the first pitch. Just outside for ball 1. Zeke Haas on deck right now for the Golden Eagles. That ball's in there for a strike. Looks a good comeback pitch by Phelps right there. He's not giving in to any of these hitters. He's making good quality pitches. 1-1 count. Nice looking pitch there, but just misses. Kind of a half check swing there by Musser. Musser out of Plymouth, Minnesota as a redshirt senior. And he'll look at strike 2. Goes to 2-2. One thing we've noticed about this Golden Eagles team put together by Steve Gust is there's a lot of height on this team. Saying 6'3" is very common about all these players. That ball is not in there for strike 3. Just miss. Pretty much every player in the Rangers ball club was heading towards the dugout thinking that was strike 3. So another full count here. Phelps sets from the wind-up or from the stretch position. He does miss that one down low, ball 4, and there will be a walk to Musser. First walk of this game for the Golden Eagles. Zeke Haas now at the plate. Another lefty on lefty matchup. Haas in the first game went officially 0 for 5. That was a close pitch, not called, so ball 1. Haas out of Eaton, Colorado. It's a junior lefty. And he puts this one into left field. That could be trouble unless it gets foul, and it does eventually curve foul. And I say that's trouble because that's some of the bad areas of the field from all the weather the past few days that we've had, is that they've got the field cleared pretty good, but that left foul line is a little rough. And depending on how a ball gets in there, left fielder may have a tough time making plays out there because of how wet and loose that is. So count now 1-1, 2 down, 1 man on here in the top of the second. Rangers are on top 3-1. Here's the pitch. That ball's low and outside for ball 2. Exciting day for baseball. It's nice to get the season started. This ball is way inside, and I think it hits him, and it does. There's a hit by pitch. He didn't attempt to move out of the way at all. And going 0 for 5 in game 1, I can see why. You want to get on base any way that you can. So 2 easy passes for the 8th and 9th hitters. A walk and a hit by pitch. Now with 2 down and 2 on, top of the order, Ben Bryant comes to the plate. He led off the game by flying out to left field. And here's the first pitch. It's going to be way outside for ball 1. Outfielders, Norson, Frisley, Koenig, none of them are too deep right now. They're not expecting a deep shot, especially with the wind blowing in. Kelly and Holdren are kind of guarding the lines a little bit. Don't want to give up an extra base hit with a runner on second. It's a good-looking breaking ball, but it doesn't quite make it all the way to the plate on that one. Just dies a little short. Count goes to 2-0. And Jake Ayala on deck, who had a home run in the top of the first inning for the Golden Eagles. Don't want to let him get up with bases loaded. You got to pitch to this guy. This ball's going to be fouled out of play, left-hand side. Yeah, you're going to have to challenge him. You can't afford to get to a guy that just hit a home run. So a count now 2-1 with 2 down here. 2 on in the top of the first. And this ball is hit between second and short, and it's going to get through. It's going to probably get a run in. And not going to attempt it is Frisley, and that will be an RBI single for Ben Bryant. And Bryant gets his first hit on the new season, and it's a big one, as the Golden Eagles now are within 1. So, men at first and second, and coming to the plate is Jake Ayala. And Jake hit a bomb in the first inning over the left center field fence. And that is into the wind. And a high curveball that misses for ball 1. Ayala was 0 for 4 in the first game, but he has recovered nicely here in game number 2. By sporting a solo home run here in the first inning. Now we're here in the top of the second, and he has a big cut and fouls that one back. So we're seeing a lot of runs scored here in this first inning and a half. Already 5 runs between these two teams. And that was more than was scored for the first 8 innings of game number 1 combined. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch to the righty. That ball's low. Good stop there by Mendoza. Gavin Mendoza will be leading off the bottom of the second, getting his first at-bats on the season. Count sitting at 2-1. Phelps taking a long look. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss. He was chasing. That was a little outside. And the count now moves to 2-2. It's only the second inning, but this is a big spot in this game for both teams. Like to see Cade Phelps find a way to get Hayela out in this at bat. Here's the pitch, and he swings at that one. It's down low, past the diving shortstop Guerrero. They're going to come throw him at home. Oh, he cuts it off. They had a play at the plate, and he cuts it. Blake Hoffman cuts it. I'm sorry, Kelly cuts that off. And it looks like they had a good throw from Dylan Norson that might have been out at the plate. Can't tell the exact line it was on, but that's going to be an RBI single by Hayela. He picks up his second RBI of the game. And got to question that decision of whether that was a good idea to cut that off or not. It looked lined up, and it kind of looked like Mendoza gave the look of, why did we cut that? That had a good chance. Nice throw there by Dylan Norson out in left field. And there's a swing and a miss by Ben Tomei. So we are all tied up now here in the top of the second. And there's another swing and a miss. Strike two. So good comeback pitches by Cade Phelps. So 2 runs scoring here off singles, and walks come back to hurt the Rangers. Walk and a hit by pitch. 2 guys getting free passes to start late in this inning after 2 outs, and they've both come across to score. This pitch is down low. Nice stop there by Mendoza. So 1-2 the count, 2 down here in the top of the second. 2 runs have scored. And the pitch by Phelps, swung on and missed, strike 3. So nice comeback there by Phelps. And that's a second strikeout on Tomei. We head to the bottom of the second, all tied up, 3-3. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. And welcome back here to Myers Stadium in Glass Family Field. It's Fred Aubuchon bringing you Ranger Baseball. We're in Elva, Oklahoma, and we're in the bottom of the second, watching the Golden Eagles just make a nice comeback in the top of the second and tie the game up 3-3. But now the Rangers get their bats. And leading off, Gavin Mendoza, the catcher. And the first pitch here from Richardson is inside and gets away, ball 1. Gavin Mendoza from Erie, Colorado, a 5'11" left-handed hitting sophomore, getting his first plate appearance in the 2022 season. And here's the pitch. Check swing, ball 2. Count goes to 2-0 now. Northwestern had a very solid first inning. First 3 base runners getting on and scoring. This ball is in low, 3-0. 2 of the runs coming off a 2-run home run by Sean Kelly. Blake Hoffman doubled and scored as well. 3-0 count. Fastball down the heart of the plate there for strike one. Good take there by Mendoza. There's a good chance he's going to see that pitch again as a leadoff hitter. Don't want to walk the leadoff hitter. You got to challenge him, and so he should be looking for it. And he was, but it sailed inside, and he fouled it off. So now the count is full on Mendoza. So now it's time to go to work and protect that plate. Gavin looking back at the home plate umpire, and I guess he's asking, did I swing at a strike or a ball? And, of course, we don't know what the umpire said, but he was expecting a strike. Here's the full count pitch. And that one is strike three. He swings right through that one. Is a little high. And Mendoza goes down swinging on his first plate appearance of the season. Coming to the plate now is going to be the shortstop for this game, Brian Guerrero. Guerrero from Lawrence, Massachusetts. Also played his JUCO ball at Ranger Junior College, and he'll see ball one inside, and that one gets away as well. So far, Resnick has not been protecting the umpire very well. He's let a lot of balls get right past him, and I'm sure the umpire isn't appreciating that. That one's going to be outside for ball two. Guerrero, the number 9 hitter, again playing shortstop this game for Yugo Hamakawa, who typically plays that position. Hamakawa playing second base this game. Check swing, not even a peel down, so count also moves to 3-0 on Guerrero. I wonder if he might swing away knowing that this should be a fastball down the heart of the plate like the last bat. And it's the exact same pitch, and there's no swing. Taking all the way. Now you got to look for that trailing inside fastball. That little bit of a cutter that I think Richardson sports. Connor looks in from the windup. He deals. That ball's going to be outside. And the Rangers pick up their third walk of this game. So Guerrero starts off his career this season with a leadoff walk. Sorry, not a leadoff walk, but a walk for his first plate appearance. And coming to the plate now for his second plate appearance is Joseph Frisley. He walked and scored a run in his first at-bat. Sun is starting to set here. We're getting a lot of shadows in the infield. And he'll look at a first pitch high and inside for ball one. So Richardson not having a great time out there on the mound. He's having a hard time with location. He has got a strikeout, but he's also walked 3 batters and went to a lot of full counts. Gave up 3 runs in the bottom of the first, and here he is in the bottom of the second with 1 on and 1 out. That ball should be in there, and it is for a breaking pitch is in right across the heart of the plate for strike one. So 1-1's the count. 1 down, 1 on here in the bottom of the second. Score 3-3. And here's the pitch. This ball slapped into center field. Should be playable. Morris gets under it quickly. And that'll be out number 2. And coming to the plate now is going to be the hottest hitter of the day for the Rangers, Sean Kelly. Sean blasted a 2-run homer in the first inning. He has a chance to repeat that feat here with a runner on first and 2 down in the bottom of the second. Game number 1, he picked up a couple of hits as well. So he's got 3 hits so far to start the season. Sean Kelly out of Arlington, Texas. And he'll look at strike one. Kelly, a 6-foot right-handed hitter, a junior here for the Rangers. Facing off against Connor Richardson. Richardson working from the stretch, first base side of the rubber. He deals. And just a hair early on that one, and Sean Kelly fouls that off to the left-hand side to the Ranger dugout. On deck is Blake Hoffman. Hoffman doubled in the first inning and scored a run, getting his first hit of the day. Kelly now with an 0-2 count. This is where you got to watch for that cutter on the outside. And he protected well and fouled that off. First base side, well out of play. I think you hit that near an iceberg over there. I want to thank all of our viewers for listening in to the Ranger Sports Network. Fred Aubuchon covering for Dustin Hoffman this weekend. Just kidding, that's Dustin Goodnow. And this ball is going to be fouled off third base side back into the dugout once again. So up there dealing is Sean Kelly. Dustin Goodnow working the Ranger basketball games yesterday as both men's and women's teams brought home big victories over East Central. Both teams had their games canceled against Southwestern or postponed from Thursday because of weather. Here's the pitch, and that one's lifted high into center field, carrying a little bit, but the wind will not let it get too deep. A few steps in front of the warning track is Morris, and he'll make the catch, and that'll be all for the Rangers. They leave one on base. We head to the top of the third, all tied up 3-3. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. And welcome back here to Ranger Baseball. And we are here in Alva, Oklahoma. Temperature dropping now down to just below 50 degrees. Wind is still coming in from the north. It's going to get chilly here as the sun starts to set and the clouds are starting to roll in. Top of the third inning, and leading off for the Golden Eagles is going to be center fielder Brad Morris. And Morris will see ball one from starting pitcher Cade Phelps of the Rangers. We are all tied up here in the third inning, 3-3. The Rangers have 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors. The Golden Eagles, 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors. Picked up by Guerrero deep at short. Long throw to first. What a good arm there by Guerrero, as that'll be out number 1. So good fielding and good arm there by the shortstop for the Rangers, Brian Guerrero. And coming to the plate now is going to be Mitch Goodwin. Goodwin last time up hit into a fielder's choice. And he'll look at a ball far outside there for ball 1. In game number 1, Goodwin was 0 for 2, scored a run, and walked 3 times. And here's the pitch. This ball is crushed into left field, but the wind could hold it up a little bit. Northwestern going way back, makes the play just in front of the warning track. That ball was lifted pretty high. And I think being as high as it was, the wind held it up just a little bit, making a good play out there for Northwestern for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here for the Golden Eagles. And coming to the plate for the second time is going to be Cameron Demaria, the designated hitter here for the Golden Eagles. And he'll look at the first pitch strike, just looking on that one. Demaria out of Fresno, California, a 6'7" freshman. So much for the 6'3" players I've been talking about. We have a 6'7" freshman. And that's a high pitch, but I still thought it could be a strike because of how tall he actually is. That was a high pitch, though, but for ball one. Count goes to 1-1, 2 down here in the top of the third. And here's the pitch. Just misses below the knees for ball two. Demaria grounded out to shortstop his last time up. And here's the pitch to Demaria. He fouls that one off first base side. So Steve Gust and the Golden Eagles come in here from the University of Minnesota Crookston, come in and get game one, winning 8-0 behind some strong pitching from Jake Dykoff and a few relievers that followed his 5-inning performance. He recorded 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. As we see another ball there that everybody thought was a strike. 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, only gave up 2 hits, no runs. So really good pitching there by Jake Dykoff. The count now full to Demaria. So Cade Phelps working from the middle of the rubber. Stretch position. This one's nubbed off to the shortstop position. Picked up by Guerrero. Throw to first. And almost scooped out by Holdren. But bounces out of his glove. I would think that's going to be an infield single. Not sure what the official ruling will be on that one. But the distance of running and having to make that play, I'm thinking it's going to be hit. And it does go down as a single for Demaria. So Demaria picks up his first hit of the new season. I get excited saying that because I'm sure all these guys are waiting to get their first hits or sometimes their second and thirds. As Sonny Resnick comes to the plate and he hits it over to second base. And Hamakawa makes an easy play, flips to first. And that'll be all. So we head to the bottom of the third, all tied up 3-3. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. And we are back here once again for Ranger Baseball. We're in Alva, Oklahoma. This is Fred Aubuchon, and happy to be bringing you baseball once again. Filling in for Dustin Goodnow, who's usually the voice of the Rangers. And I'm sure we'll be hearing from Dustin plenty as soon as basketball season is over here, as he's probably tied up with that quite a bit. Coming to the plate now is going to be Blake Hoffman. Hoffman doubled his first time up and scored, facing off here against Connor Richardson, and he reaches for one there for strike one. So Ryan Bowen is off to a great start as the head coach of the Rangers. In just 4 seasons, has a record of 84-79, and coming off his best season yet as the head of the Rangers in 2021, as they recorded a record of 26-15, finishing 4th in the GAC with a 21-12 record. Bowen went on to win the GAC Coach of the Year. As we see strike 2 there to Blake Hoffman, count goes to 1-2. He also went on to win the very prestigious 2021 Oklahoma Baseball Coaches Association Coach of the Year. So really proud of Coach Bowen and his ball club and all the things they've been able to do in the last couple seasons with him at the helm. And I know they're looking for big things this year. So Hoffman at the plate, 1-2 the count. Pitches inside, thought it hit him, but nope, just bounced off the catcher's glove. Count goes to 2-2. I'm not positive if Richardson has a cutter or not, but it sure does look like a lot of those pitches are of a cutter format, and they cut inside hard on those lefties. So 2-2 the count, nobody on here. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch, and he does reach again on that fastball on the outside, and Hoffman goes down swinging. Brandon Holdren now coming to the plate, the cleanup hitter playing first base here for the Rangers. Last time Holdren grounded out to second base. Holdren, a 5'11" lefty sophomore from Baytown, Texas. And this pitch is inside for ball 1. Holdren got a hit in game number 1, going 1 for 4, and he's 0 for 1 so far in this game. Here's the pitch from Richardson. This ball is smacked into right field, and just inside the line, it could be 2. Holdren rounding first, hustling to second. He should be in standing up, and he is. And how about that? You go from a 1-5 day to a 2-6. What a change in batting average is when you pick up that second hit. So Holdren picks up a double. And so far for the Rangers, who had very few hits in game 1, extra base hits are starting to come alive here in game 2. They just pick up their 3rd one of this game. And I believe they only had 1 extra base hit in the first game. So Dylan Norson coming to the plate. He grounded out but picked up an RBI by driving in Hoffman back in the first inning. So Norson looking to pick up a hit here and maybe drive in another RBI. This pitch is a little bit high and tight. Pushes him back. Norson picking up that RBI back in the first inning is still looking for his first hit of the season, even though this is just day 1 of 2022. Reminder, we have a 3rd game tomorrow here in Alva at 1 o'clock. Big breaker there, doesn't catch. The catcher, Resnick, looks over at his coach and said, I thought it was good, and umpire didn't call it, so count goes to 2-0. At this point, Norson would do anything just to get on base, but I'd love to see him drive in another run with a good hit here. Here's the pitch. This ball is slapped right side, could be playable. Yeah, it's going to get just beyond the right side fencing on the first base side. Dylan Norson, sporting number 27, usually plays right field, playing left field in this game. Out of Loveland, Colorado, a 6-foot senior, batting in his final season here as a Ranger. Count now 2-1, 1 down, 1 on. Here's the pitch. Smacked into left field. That should be in there. That could be past the left fielder. It is. It gets past and go all the way to the warning track against the wall. The run's going to score, and how about that? Norson with another extra base hit. Picks up a 2nd RBI in the game, and he gets his first hit of the season. Congratulations, Dylan, with the RBI double. So Holdren scores all the way from second. And the Rangers have regained the lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. They are now up 4-3. We are seeing some activity in the Golden Eagles bullpen down there as Yugo Hamakawa, playing second base in this game, comes to the plate. Yugo, a product of Tokyo, Japan, walked in the first inning. Doesn't go for the outside fastball. Game number 1, Hugo got on base with a walk as well, so he's walked in consecutive games. 1-0 is the count. Man on second. Run already scored here. Just one down. Bottom of the third. Long look over at second base. Here's the pitch. Way inside for ball 2. Connor Richardson struggling a little bit, giving up 4 extra base hits here in just 2 innings officially in the books. 2 1/3 innings in the books. Home run in the first inning, doubles. 2 of them here in the third inning, 1 more in the first inning as this pitch is high and away, 3-0. So Hamakawa, a possibility of walking for the second consecutive at bat. Sitting on a 3-0 count right now. Big gap on the right side of the infield with Bryant holding the runner on at second base. This ball is slapped into right center. Could be deep enough. It is. It gets off the wall. A one hopper. You go into second. This could be the 3rd consecutive double at the inning. Coming across to score is Norson. And the Ranger dugout going crazy right now as their team is stepping up and playing big. And the bats are alive. So great job, Hugo, with the RBI double, picking up his first hit of the 2022 campaign. And it looks like the coach for the Golden Eagles is going to come out and put a little pause to the action. So we're going to take a break for just a second as the Rangers have gone up 5-3. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. Getting pretty fired up here in Alva, Oklahoma, as the Rangers have put up 5 runs in just 2 1/3 innings. And all these runs coming off of a lot of extra base hit productivity from Northwestern. Now at the plate, Brandon Koenig, as he takes a big cut and fouls it straight back off starting pitcher Connor Richardson. Again, there's a lefty warming up in the bullpen for the Golden Eagles. I would think that Richardson, this might be his last inning if he can get through it. Braden Koenig now at the plate. He grounded out to third base his first time up, but the way the bats are starting to heat up, the confidence heats up for everybody as well as he's sitting on an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. This ball is slapped into the parking lot left side, just misses a few pickups there, parked in the front row, bounces in between. So a gracious foul ball there that doesn't do any damage to any vehicles out there. So again, Braden looking for his first hit on the new season, and we're starting to see a lot of those firsts are coming through for the Rangers. Rangers 5 runs on 5 hits. Looking to expand that here in the bottom of the third. Another good-looking cut straight back. Big physical swing by Koenig. Koenig, a 6-foot left-handed sophomore out of Fargo, North Dakota. Started his college ball at Bismarck State. So 0-2 the count on Braden. Here's the pitch outside. Good take. Count goes to 1-2. Rangers pick up 3 runs in the bottom of the first. 2 of them coming off a 2-run homer from Sean Kelly. But multiple doubles here in the bottom of the third have produced a couple more runs to help them regain their lead to 5-3. With 1 down, a man on second. Here's the 1-2 count pitch. High. That count goes to 2-2 now from the high fastball. So far, bat control is looking a lot better as well. And the vision of the hitters for the Rangers in the first game, they had 2 walks, only 4 hits, and struck out 10 times. And they've improved on that tremendously here just in the first few innings of this game. Good eye there once again from Koenig, and that's going to move the count to full. Waiting on deck, the catcher, Gavin Mendoza. Koenig steps back in, lefty on righty matchup. Richardson working from the stretch, first base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch, and he gets some swing on the outside part of the plate for strike 3, so Koenig goes down swinging for out number 2. As Richardson picks up his 3rd strikeout of the game. One of those victims was Gavin Mendoza back in the 2nd inning. And that's going to be all. It's an interesting change right here when you've got Mendoza that struck out. Koenig just struck somebody out, and they're going to bring in a relief pitcher, probably for the lefty-lefty matchup. But that's going to be all for Connor Richardson, who goes 2 2/3, giving up 5 earned runs and still responsible for the runner at second. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with the new pitcher here on the Ranger Sports Network. And action's about to continue here at Northwestern as we are continuing on with the bottom of the 3rd inning pitching change now. Coming in relief is for the Golden Eagles, number 37, Alex Cope. Alex is a left-handed sophomore pitcher from Parkeys Prairie, Minnesota. So the lefty is off to face left-handed hitting Gavin Mendoza. Mendoza struck out in the bottom of the 2nd. And his first pitch is going to be down low for ball 1. Rangers picking up a couple runs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Still have a man on second in the form of Yugo Hamakawa. Alex Cope deals from the 3rd base side of the rubber. Taking over for Connor Richardson. And the pitch from Cope looks good in there for a strike, so strike 1. Lights are on here now at Glass Family Field. And the sun is setting pretty quickly. The shade has almost covered the entire infield at this point, at least the grass portion of it, the turf portion. Count is now 1-1 with 2 down. Here's the pitch. And a lazy slider there gets in for strike 2. Big swing and a miss there by Mendoza. Had him way out in front. Don't have quite the same number of fans we had about midway through the first game, but we still have a lot of Northwestern faithful out here cheering on their Rangers in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Mendoza trying to get on base. Here's the pitch inside, and he calls it strike 3. It looked a little tight, but he goes down looking. And that'll be all for Northwestern, but they do some more damage. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Northwestern has regained the lead 5-3. We'll be right back in a few moments on the Ranger Sports Network. And we are back here once again, top of the 4th inning here at Myers Stadium in Glass Family Field in Elva, Oklahoma. And the first pitch by starting pitcher Cade Phelps is fouled back by Chade Musser for strike number 1. Much more exciting game here for the Rangers in game number 2 as their bats have been more alive. 5 runs on 5 hits and no errors. Going up against the Golden Eagles, 3 runs on 5 hits, also no errors. That pitch is low and away for ball 1. It's just really nice to see that the Rangers have got tons of fight in them, and they're not going to let that first game get them down. They're going to come back and fight and get this second one. At least they're off to the right start to do so. And that pitch misses, also low and away, 2-1. The sun becoming a little bit difficult for the players on the right side of the field. They're shading their eyes quite a bit. They're having a hard time seeing out there. That pitch should have been a strike. It looked good, but not called, so count goes to 3-1. Ideally, you want to see balls hit to the left side of the infield where the sun won't play as big of a deal on fielding. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. And the throw back to the pitcher kind of gets away. So count now full on Chade Musser, and he's used to getting walks. He walked his last time up and scored a run. He also picked up 4 walks in the first game. He's walked 5 times today. And the pitch to Chad is stroked into left. No, nice snag by Hamakawa. Long throw over the first off the backhand. What a play by Yugo Hamakawa at second base. That ball looked like a solid base hit up the middle. And Yugo had nothing to do with that, with a great backhanded stab and throw to first. So 1 down now here in the top of the 4th. And coming to the plate is Zeke Haas. Zeke also reached base in his first at-bat with a hit-by-pitch. And he eventually scored as he looks at ball 1 just outside. What a play by Yugo. I just can't say enough about that. It really looked like a solid hit up the middle, and He just snagged that, reaching to his backhand, and made a perfect throw over to first base, over to Holdren. Here's the ball also hit to right side to Holdren. He'll scoop it up himself. That's 3 unassisted. So I really did not want to see any balls hit to the right side, and both of them have been hit to the right side, and 2 great Ranger defensive plays recording outs. Coming to the plate now is leadoff hitter, second baseman Ben Bryant. Bryant 1 for 2 in this game. He lined out to left field in his first at-bat. He squares around to bunt, pulls back for ball 1. But he flew out to left field in his first at-bat, and in his second at-bat had an RBI single. Want to know the count here, 2 down, top of the 4th. Here's the pitch. This ball's going to be hit out of play into the parking lot on the left-hand side, just behind the backstop. Rangers and Golden Eagles tried to play these games back on Friday, but the weather came rolling in and prevented everybody from doing anything, and we were all kind of stuck in our homes on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Coach Bowen and his staff and probably his team worked hard to get this field ready, and it looks great. Still unable to go on Saturday, but able to pull off a doubleheader here on Sunday. Game 3 will be Monday at 1 p.m. here at Meyer Stadium. That pitch doesn't quite make it all the way to the plate. Count now moves to 2-2 with 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. Cade Phelps able to get the first 2 hitters, and big strike 3, and he gets some 1-2-3 this inning, so great pitching by Phelps here in the 4th. And we will head to the bottom of the 4th with the Rangers on top 5-3. We'll be back in a few moments on the Ranger Sports Network. And we are back here once again, bringing you Northwestern, Oklahoma State baseball. And we're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Rangers on top 5-3. Coming to the plate, number 9 hitter and shortstop, Brian Guerrero. And he'll look at strike 1 from relief pitcher Alex Cope. Rangers playing much better here in game number 2, trying to build that energy and build that rhythm for them as they go into the season. Brian rips one towards shortstop, scooped up there by Goodwin. Long throw to first. Nice arm there by Goodwin as that's out number 1. Good solid hit by Guerrero just right at the shortstop. And that'll bring us back to the top of the order. Center fielder Joseph Frisley. Frisley led off the game with a walk and eventually scored a run. Next time up, flew out to center field. Now getting his third at bat, and looking for his first hit in the new season. The windup and the pitch. Breaking ball inside. Ball 1. On deck for the Rangers right now is third baseman Sean Kelly. There's a good-looking fastball for strike 1, so count goes to 1-1 now with just 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Playing the second game of a doubleheader today, and both these games are 9-inning games. Followed up by another 9-inning game tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Big breaking ball gets him swinging way out ahead on that one. Count goes to 1-2. So Frisley again looking to get his first hit of the game, but he did walk back in the first inning. Lefty on lefty matchup against Alex Coop. That one's low and away for ball 2. Joseph Frisbee from Denton, Texas. And here's the 2-2 pitch. And he swings to first base. Oh, what a big glove there by the first baseman, Hieli, as he scoops that up on a 2-hopper for unassisted out number 2. Bringing up Sean Kelly. So Frisbee makes the second out of the inning. And now Sean Kelly coming to the plate. Kelly flew out in the second inning, but back in the first inning, 2-run homer deep to left center. First home run of the season for the Rangers. He'll look at a fastball outside for ball 1. And that 2-run homer sparked the Rangers offense, as since then they've had 4 doubles, producing another 3 runs. That ball's going to miss high and outside for ball 2. So count now 2-0 here on Sean Kelly. Kelly has 3 hits on the day between the 2 games so far. And he should have a few more at-bats in this game. So 2-0 the count. This pitch, kind of a golf swing on that one. Low fastball. 2-1 now the count. Rangers looking to pick up this first win in the 2022 season, 0-1 so far. Just gets a piece of that one, fouls it off on the right-hand side. Count goes to 2-2. And there's literally no more sun showing anywhere on the field of play. It is setting fast here in Elva. 5:47 Central Time here in Elva, Oklahoma. Here's the pitch. Follows this one off on the right-hand side once again. And Kelly's battling here with Alex Coop. And it looks like there's some activity in the bullpen for the Golden Eagles, but nobody pitching, just a lot of movement. The Rangers have nobody up and moving right now. Pretty happy with the starting performance of Cade Phelps. And here we go again with 2-2 count. And here's the pitch. This one's slapped high into center. Should be playable by Morris. Moves to his left just a little bit and makes the final out. And we will head to the top of the 5th. Rangers on top 5-3. We'll be right back on the Rangers Sports Network. Welcome back to Meyer Stadium and Glass Family Field. This is Fred Aubuchon bringing you Ranger Baseball. Stepping in today for Dustin Goodnow. And we are in the top of the fifth inning now. Rangers on top 5-3. Want to thank all of our listeners listening either at home or on the road or wherever you may be listening into Ranger Baseball. Happy to be bringing you whatever we can as far as Ranger entertainment. Strike one there from Cade Phelps to Jake Hieli. Jake has produced an RBI, two RBIs. He's got a home run and a single. Homered in his first at-bat, singled in his second at-bat, and here he is in his third, here in the top of the fifth, count 0-1. Just missing high there is Cade Phelps. Phelps, a 6'3 lefty out of Wellington, Kansas. Works from the stretch position and from the middle of the rubber. And here's the pitch. This one, an attempted curveball. It's not even close. Ball two. If you listen in on the first game, I'm sure you heard that the Rangers dropped that first one 8-0 to the Golden Eagles of the University of Minnesota Crookston. They've come back here in game two, though, with much lively at-bats and playing great defense behind Cade Phelps. Count moves to 3-1 and Jake Hieli. And here's the pitch. Fouled straight back. Count now goes to 3-2. One of the big bright spots in game number one had to be the pitching of Matthew Potts. The freshman hurler, 2 innings, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and picked off 2 different runners. Very impressive pitching for the freshman in game number one. Here's the pitch. This ball is stroked up the middle. Could be playable, picked up by Guerrero on the run. Throw to first, will not get him. He is safe at first. That ball was a slow line drive right between Hamakawa and Guerrero, but Guerrero snagged it and almost had him. Good strong throw over to first, but couldn't quite catch Jake Hieli as he has an infield single. And his third hit of the game, 3 for 3. So man on first, nobody down, and coming to the plate now is going to be Ben Tomei. So man on first, bunt attempts, pulled back and called for a strike. He pulled back in time, but it was still over the heart of the plate, so strike one. So 0-1 count, nobody down, man on here in the top of the fifth. And this pitch will just miss outside. In the fourth inning, Cade Phelps was able to get him 1-2-3, but already a leadoff single here by Hieli to start off the fourth inning. And that ball is crushed to left field way back. And that ball is gone. A 2-run bomb by Ben Tomei down the left field line. I couldn't really see it because of how dark it is, but I saw the umpire's hand go up and I saw the fielders just stop. And that was a absolute bomb by Ben Tomei. 2-run homer, and that ties the game up 5-5. One thing about this Minnesota Crookston team is they can hit for sure. It's just a matter if you can get to their pitching, and so far the Rangers have done a good job here in this game. So we're starting from ground zero here once again, all tied up, and it looks like Ryan Bowen's going to make a visit to the mound. So while he makes that visit, we'll step away for just a few moments. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. And we are back here once again in Alva, Oklahoma. Still in the top of the fifth inning, a pitching change here for Northwestern. Connor Gibson coming on to pitch in relief of Kate Phelps. He was already warming up in the bullpen, and maybe just one batter too late on that decision as Ben Tomei tied the game with a two-run bomb. And we're all tied up now 5-5 as Gibson throws ball one here to the cleanup hitter, Brad Morris. Working from the windup position, here's the pitch. This ball is stroked into left field, kind of deep. Going back is Dillon, and that ball's going to be off the base of the wall. Heading into second base is Morris. He'll go with the stand-up double, so 3 consecutive hits here for the Golden Eagles to lead off the fifth inning. And now the Golden Eagles bats are getting kind of lively as they pick up their 8th hit of this game. So relief pitcher Connor Gibson coming out of Emmett, Idaho, a 6'1 junior. Played junior college ball at Treasure Valley Community College. At the plate now is going to be shortstop Mitch Goodwin. Goodwin is 0 for 2. He hit into fielder's choice and he flew out to left field. And this pitch is going to be low and inside. Ball one here to Goodwin. Gibson taking a long look at the runner at second. Turns back around with a lot of intensity. And this ball is a good pitch there for strike one. Cut and a miss there by Goodwin. Goodwin's still hitless on the day, but he did walk 3 times in game number 1 and scored a run. One and one count. Nobody down, man on second. Another swing and a miss. Strike two. It looked like a bit of a slider there. So Goodwin on a 1 and 2 count now. The number 5 hitter here overall for the Golden Eagles. His 3 predecessors all getting on base, 2 of them scoring runs, 1 of them still standing at second. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? And the appeal down to second base says no, he did not go. That would have been a big punch out there for Gibson. So we'll start this again. 2 and 2 the count here in the top of the 5th inning. Nobody out. 2 runs scored. Man on second. Here's the pitch, and he does get him to swing and miss on this one. So Gibson picks up his first strikeout of the game. And that'll be the first out of the inning for Minnesota Crookston. Coming to the plate now is Cameron Demaria, the DH here for the Golden Eagles. He is 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out to short. Here's the pitch. Inside, almost hits his elbow. Didn't look like he was trying to move out of the way of that one. So 1-0 count now here on Demaria. That ball very low. Good stop there by the catcher for the Rangers, Mendoza. So a 2-0 count now, 1 down, man on second. Connor Gibson on the mound here in relief. That pitch is way outside. Another good stop there by Mendoza. Ball is low and away. 3-0 count now to the 6'7" Demaria. Long look in here by Gibson. Now he's ready. From the windup, turns, fake throw over to second base. In the stretch position, Gibson kind of favors the third base side of the rubber. Now he's working quickly, kind of changing his pace. Good looking pitch in there for a strike. Taking all the way is Demaria. Count is now 3-1. Gibson sets and deals. This big swing and a miss there. Count goes to 3-2. So full count now with 1 down here in the top of the 5th, and it is The darkness is setting in quickly. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Connor Gibson. Great way to come on in relief. He gave up the double as soon as he came in, but he's recovered fast with picking up 2 strikeouts. And now he'll face opposing catcher Sonny Resnick. Resnick is 0 for 2 so far in this game. Did not play in the first game. He flew out to center field back in the second and the third inning. He grounded out to second base. And he'll look at a low pitch for strike 1. So Gibson on a little bit of a roll here, picking up a couple of quick strikeouts in relief. I'm sure he would like to just get this final out, not worry about a strikeout or any other kind of out, just get him out. And that's another good pitch, not called this time. That looked better than the first one, but that's called for a ball. Count now moves to 1-1 here. 2 down, man on second. Minnesota Crookston picking up a couple of runs to tie the game. This ball skips away from the catcher. He's going to try to advance, and he does. And that'll go down as a wild pitch on Gibson, advancing the runner from second to third. And since Gibson has come in, Mendoza's had to save quite a few balls like that, but that one he couldn't quite keep close to him. That got out in front of the plate just a little too far, and it allowed Morris to advance from second to third. Good look, not called. Great looking pitch there by Gibson, just not called by the home plate umpire. Count is now 3-1. And that pitch is low for ball 4, and that'll be a walk. There's some close pitches there not being called. I'm kind of confused about the change in the calls, but regardless, that's ball 4. So you have runners on first and third now. Coming to the plate is Chad Musser. Chad has walked in the second inning and scored a run, and he grounded it out to third base in his second at bat. Last inning in the fourth. And this is a big situation here for the Rangers. You don't want to let Crookston get on top, and there's a check swing for strike 1. That would have been a good pitch to let loose on, but he held up, and it was a good strike for Connor Gibson. Gibson working very quickly now, gets back into the stretch position fast. Quick throw to first. The move was a little bit slow, but the arm looked good. Nice hard throw over there to first base. Got to be careful with the runner on third. You don't want to throw that ball away at first base. You got to make sure your throw is on the money. So 2 on, 2 down here in the top of the 5th. 2 already scored. Chad Musser at the plate. That ball is going to be high and away. Ball 1. Count goes to 1-1 now on Musser. He's going to ask for time for a moment. He wants to check with his coach. Make sure we're on the same page. Here is the pitch from Gibson. That ball's way outside, ball 2. Chad Musser, a senior, redshirt senior lefty out of Plymouth, Minnesota. Transfer from Century College, and he swings and misses at strike 2. That was way out in front of that changeup. Another member of the 6-3 club of Minnesota Crookston. 2-2 the count. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, they're going to call him out and say he went. And that was called from the field for strike 3 looking, and that'll be it. We head to the bottom of 5. Minnesota Crookston has tied it up. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. Bottom of the fifth inning here in Elva, Oklahoma. Sitting here at Myers Stadium in the bottom of the fifth inning, Rangers are tied 5-5 with the University of Minnesota Crookston. And leading off, Blake Hoffman takes a check swing for strike one. The Golden Eagles tied things up in the top of the fifth, picking up two. And now it's the Rangers' turn to get two back. And Blake Hoffman, who had a double and scored a run in the first, can help get that going as he looks at ball one. 1-1 now the count. Hoffman, one of four Rangers to have a double in this game. And he's facing off against relief pitcher Alex Coop. And big swing and a miss at a fastball. He was late on that one. Lefty on lefty matchup, and Coop got the best of him on that pitch for sure. And I've got to think now that he's seen his fastball, he's not going to see that fastball again. We're going to probably see some breaking pitches as the count is 1-2. Nobody down here in the bottom of the fifth. Pitch by Coop. And looks like he took a little bit off that, and he did get him. Strike three. So Hoffman out in front misses that one and goes down with a strikeout for the second consecutive at-bat to lead off here the bottom of the fifth. Now coming to the plate, Brandon Holdren. Holdren doubled and scored a run in his last at-bat. In his first at-bat, he grounded out to second base. Infield is playing a little bit deep on Holdren. If he had bunt in his repertoire, he could probably get on first with that. Big breaking ball and just misses high, ball one. So the infield's a little bit deep, the outfield not deep, especially left field, playing pretty shallow in left. Center fielder is definitely shading towards the right-hand side. And this ball is hit right up the middle. That's going to be a base hit for Brandon. His second hit of the game. So Holdren picking up number 2 of this game to go with one that he had in the first game. So that's his third hit of the season. And if I remember right, I think he had a double in the first game. Yep, he did. So he's had 2 doubles and a single so far today in the doubleheader. Coming to the plate now is Dylan Norson. Norson also doubled and had an RBI. He knocked in Holdren in his last at-bat. And this one's going to be ball one outside. In his first at-bat, he grounded out to second, but he did score a run at the time. So he's got 2 RBIs and a double in this game, which is big after his first game did not have a lot of success, going 0 for 4 in game number 1. So Norson 1 for 2 with a double and a couple RBIs, runs scored here in game number 2, off to a much better start. And he looks at strike one there. Count goes to 1-1 now with one down here in the bottom of the fifth. Man on first. On deck, Yugo Hamakawa. Move over to first. If it would have been a faster throw, he would have had him. He had him leaning, but he did a little popcorn throw over there, and that did not have time to get him, but he had him leaning for sure. Working from the middle of the rubber, here is Cope. Sets and deals. This ball is slapped into right field. It's going to be playable. Musser is camping under it. Makes the play easily in right field, and that'll be 2 down. So with 2 down now and a man on first, coming to the plate, Yugo Hamakawa. Hamakawa is 2 for 2 on base percentage in this game. He walked in the first and he doubled and had an RBI in the third. I'm sure he'd like to add to that on-base total by getting on once again here and possibly driving in Brandon Holdren from first base. Once again, Coop working from the stretch position, middle of the rubber. Here's his pitch. And that's going to be just high for ball one here at Hamakawa. It's definitely been a long day for these ball players who have all been anxious to play their first games of the season, but after several hours and playing in that cold weather, that starts to get to your body for sure. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball doesn't reach the plate. Way too high. Count goes to 2-0. Coop trying to regather himself, steps off the rubber, steps back a few paces there, and now he's going to settle back in. Hamakawa in a good position here with the 2-0 count. He can look for his pitch, and he does, and he hits this one high into center field, going back. Morris, and he's going to camp under it just in front of the warning track, about 5 or 6 feet in front of the warning track, and he makes the out. So Hamakawa drives it, but into that wind, it's not going anywhere. We head to the top of the 6th inning, all tied up 5-5. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. And we are back here once again at Meyer Stadium and Glass Family Field. Top of the 6th inning, all tied up 5-5. And the first pitch to Zekas is popped up, deep shortstop. Guerrero going back, and he'll make the play. And there's already one pitch and one down here on the Golden Eagles. So Zekas flies out, making him 0 for 2 in this game. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run back in the second. And coming up now is going to be Ben Bryant. Bryant, who is 1 for 3 with a single and a strikeout as he looks at ball one. Working quickly is Connor Gibson, who's in relief right now, and he throws over a good strike looking. Gibson in relief for Cade Phelps. Phelps had gave up 5 runs in his appearance. And this one's dribbled right in front of the home plate. Quick pickup throw. Oh, what a snag by Holdren. Mendoza had to hurry the throw, and he bounced it to Holdren, and Holdren made a nice scoop for out number 2. And even though the defenses for either team has not been perfect, in this game they have been. There's been great defensive play by both teams, real clean defensive plays. Out number 2, Ben Bryant with the ground out. Now coming up, very dangerous hitter, Jake Hayela, who is 3 for 3, has had a home run, 2 RBIs, and 2 singles in this game. As he fouls off this one on the first pitch, straight back. All those hits were accumulated off of Cade Phelps. He has yet to have faced Connor Gibson. Gibson came on in the 5th inning, and his first person he faced was cleanup hitter Brad Morris, who immediately doubled as you see a ball in the dirt. But then after that, Gibson settled down, picked up a couple of strikeouts, walked a batter, picked up a 3rd strikeout, and now here in the top of the 6th, he's gotten a fly out and a quick grounder, and if he can get Hayela, we'll be in good shape. This one's hit into center field. Going back is Frisbee, and he's under it and makes the play. And look at that, a nice 1-2-3 inning for Connor Gibson. We quickly head to the bottom of the 6th, all tied up 5-5. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. Welcome back here to Myers Stadium and Glass Family Field. This is Fred Abishon bringing you Ranger Baseball. We're in the bottom of the sixth inning now, all tied up 5-5 here in game number 2. And leading off this inning is going to be Braden Koenig, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to third base. So Braden looking to get his first hit of this game. Facing relief pitcher Alex Coop. And it looks like we have some little bit of movement going on maybe in the dugout of the Golden Eagles. Nobody warming up pitching, just a lot of movement down there. Count goes to 0-2 here on Braden. Again, bottom of the sixth inning, working against lefty Alex Coop, lefty Braden Koenig. Check swing, did he go? No, he did not on the appeal. We've almost lost all of our natural light here in Alvin now. The lights are on, and they are the majority of how we can see here. Just a little bit left out in the west, but definitely it is dark out. This pitch is low and outside. Moving the count to 2-2 on Koenig. Brandon Koenig out of Fargo, North Dakota. 6-foot left-handed sophomore. Alex Kona, also a lefty sophomore from Parker's Prairie. Oh, this ball is crushed into right center. But camping underneath it is Musser as he makes another put out in right field. He's been busy today. Good solid hit, just didn't have quite enough on it, and Braden flies out to right field. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Gavin Mendoza. And it's going to be Brett Erickson. Nice to see Brett Erickson get in the game right now. Longtime member of the Ranger family. Erickson pinch hitting here in the bottom of the sixth. And he'll see ball one. Erickson, a right-handed senior from Collinsville, Oklahoma. And here's the second pitch here to Erickson. Big swing and a miss there, just a little late on the fastball. Count goes to 1-1. Here in the bottom of the sixth, Rangers have 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors. The Golden Eagles, 5 runs on 8 hits and no errors. So again, count 1-1 here. Bottom of the sixth, 1 down. And that pitch is low for ball 2. Looks like we might see some more pinch hitters coming up as this game goes on. But on deck is Brian Guerrero, who's been playing outstanding defense for the Rangers, as that one's followed straight back. Count now 2-2 here on Brett Erickson, who's getting his first at-bats of the season in this pinch hitting role. Working quickly as Cope. This ball is swung on and missed. Dropped by the catcher, picked up, thrown to first to complete the strikeout. And Erickson goes down swinging. And coming up for the end of the order to complete the bottom of the sixth inning is going to be shortstop Brian Guerrero. Guerrero walked his first at-bat, grounded out to third base in his second at-bat. Again, Guerrero been playing some great shortstop out there. This ball is swung on just a little late, fouled off right-hand side. Playing defense here for the Golden Eagles. Over at third is Tomei. Playing short with the great arm is Goodwin. At second is Bryant, and over at first is Haley. Completing the battery with Coop is Resnick. Swung on and missed. Out in left field, Haas. Over in center, Morris. And over in right field, Musser. Outfielders have been busy these 2 games. particularly Morris and Musser, who's, between the two of them, probably put out about 5 or 6, maybe even 7 players in this game alone. Check swing, ball. Officially 6. 6 putouts between the center fielder and right fielder in this game alone. So they've been pretty busy out there. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Low into the dirt. And gets away from Resnick. Count moves to 2-2. Guerrero first searching for his first hit of this game. Stands deep in the batter's box, but kind of tight. And here's the 2-2 pitch. That ball's going to be... called for a strike. Looked a little bit outside. Guerrero didn't like it, but it's going to be a called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Alex Coop. We head to the top of the 7th, all tied up 5-5. We'll be right back on the Rangers Sports Network. And we are back here once again in Elva, Oklahoma. Top of the 7th inning, all tied up 5-5. And good starting pitch there by Connor Gibson, still in relief for strike 1, going up against number 29, Ben Tomei. Tomei blasted a 2-run homer in his last at-bat, but struck out in his first 2 at-bats. And he has not faced off against Connor Gibson just yet. Count at 1-1. Got a new catcher in the game. An old familiar face, we could say, as Priest is back in there catching. This ball's popped up. Could be playable. First base side going near the foul. Nope, it's going to go out of play. A good 15, 20 feet over the fence. So back in again, as I was saying, Hayden Priest back in. Doing the catching now. Coming in for the pinch hitting role of Brett Erickson. Hayden Priest from Enid, Oklahoma. Count goes to 2-2. So Hayden probably got a chance to go back and sit in the clubhouse for a little bit and get nice and warm, and now he's ready to get back in there. This ball's hit to third base. 2 hops. Picked up by Kelly. Long throw to first. Good stretch there by Holdren. And that'll be out number 1. That was a nice looking play there, especially by Holdren making the stretch. So 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the 7th. And coming to the plate is going to be Brad Morris. Brad Morris is 2 for 3. He singled and doubled, and he also grounded out to shortstop. And he'll look at strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. Right-handed hitting Brad Morris out of Auckland, New Zealand. Oh, big strike right there. Nice frame job by Priest. Quick count 0-2 here on Brad Morris. Righty on righty matchup. Here's the pitch. Another hit to third. One upper. Oh, couldn't recover. Kelly made a great stab as he went to turn and throw. He did not have control out of his glove. Not sure what they're going to record that one as. He made a good play on it, but couldn't recover the ball in time to make the put out. So we're just waiting for the official score, if that's going to be a single or an error on the third baseman. They're going to call it an error. So an E5, allowing Morris to get to first. Quick throw over to first base. He's back in time. So that's the first error of the game. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty with our screen, so sorry about that, but you should still be able to hear my voice, and I'm sure you appreciate that a lot. Joking, of course. So first error of the game on third baseman Kelly. Count now 1-0 on Mitch Goodwin, the shortstop. Mitch puts this one between third and short. They were in double play depth, and a perfect hit by Goodwin to pick up his first hit of this game. So double play depth did not favor us that time. It was a nice shot by Mitch Goodwin. So a good shot there between third and short, and it looks like we're going to have possibly a pinch hitter here, as Cameron Demaria is going back to the dugout, and there's a new hitter coming out. We'll spot that here in just a second for you. It looks like it's going to be Matt Nunn. And it is the lefty out of Edina, Minnesota. Matt Dunn coming in to pinch hit. So Matt Nunn, I believe, was a pinch hitter in the first game as well. So getting a chance to face off here against Connor Gibson. And that one's in the dirt. Nice stop there by Priest. Yeah, back in the first game, Nunn did get a pitch hit single, but he also recorded 2 RBIs with that hit. So I can see why they want to bring him in again in this situation. That ball's going to be just outside ball 2. So kind of a dangerous situation here with this pinch hitter. You can't afford for him to get another knock and help his team go out and get the lead. Demaria had done okay. He was 1 for 3 at a single, but he also had a strikeout. This ball is going to be fouled off. Third base side, not a play. So we'll go back 2 ball, 1 count, 1 down, 2 on here in the top of the 7th. Good pitch, just catches the outside corner, third base side, and that's going to make the count 2-2. Nunn with a very quick bat. Just misses down low. Moves the count to full. This is not a good situation right here. You don't want to load the bases, but you also don't want to give it to somebody who's already produced as a pinch hitter in the first game. I would think this is something you don't want to necessarily keep down. You want to get him chasing, maybe up a little bit. Runners go. Slap to third base, and it's going to be foul. Nunn has definitely got a good quick bat, and he's fast out of the box. So the junior lefty here from Edina, Minnesota, back in there again with the full count. Runners were taking off with the pitch. So they're definitely trusting his bat. Now a little fake throw over to second, kind of keep him close. We're all set to go again. Gibson's set, he deals. And this ball is way outside, and he walks. So Nunn gets the bases loaded walk. And that's going to be a tough situation and decision here for Coach Ryan Bowen. Bases loaded, and it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter or pinch runner. I can't see which. Looks like it's going to be a pinch hitter. Nope, maybe a pinch runner. So Ben Goals coming in to run for Nunn. So Goals is on first now. Goodwin over on second, Morris on third, and at the plate is Sonny Resnick, the catcher here in game number 2. Resnick is 0 for 2 with a walk. One thing the Rangers could use here would be a double play, of course. The pitch is low. Nice stop again by Priest. Tough situation here for Northwestern. They've played a much better game here in game 2, but this is a big test. 5-5 here in the top of the 7th. They want to keep this tie. And Connor Gibson's overthrowing a little bit. This one's low and away. Count now goes to 2-0, and there's no place to put Resnick. And that's a good-looking pitch. Strike one. Taking all the way is Resnick, hoping to get that walk, and it drives in a run. It's as good as a hit. Resnick back in the second, flied to center, grounded out in the third to second base, and then he picked up the walk in the 5th inning. This pitch is just too low. One thing about this level of play, you just can't throw it across the plate and think good things are going to happen all the time. You've got to be tight with your pitches, and that's what we are right now. We're trying to make tight corner pitches. This one's in there for a strike, full count. One thing we have not seen much out of Gibson is some higher strikes. I wonder if he'll challenge him and try to go up in the zone and get him to chase. This one's low and inside. He overthrew that one too. Fastball walks in a run. And that's going to bring out Coach Bowen. And that's probably going to be all for Connor Gibson. So we're going to have to take a break for a second. The Golden Eagles have just taken the lead 6-5 here on the top of the 7th. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. Well, we're back here again in the top of the 7th, and Chad Musler coming to the plate, and Connor Gibson is going to stay on the mound. Good faith in Coach Bowen to stay with this relief pitcher Gibson, who has done pretty good up until this moment. And that'll be a check swing no call, so that's ball one. Count goes to 1-1, so Resnick draws an RBI walk. Bases still remain loaded. This pitch is in there for a strike, so nice pitch there to Musser. Musser right now 0 for 2, has a strikeout, but also walked and scored a run. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be hit slowly to short. There's no way to get two. Maybe can't even get one, and cannot. Long throw there by Guerrero, and the ball was just hit too slow in this damp field, and there was no way to get anybody on that. That's going to be an infield single, and another RBI, or an RBI for Musser. And he stands over at first base now with all the runners advancing. And another run crossing the plate in the form of Mitch Goodwin. Now coming to the plate, left-handed hitting left fielder Zeke Haas, and that will be a pitching change. So Coach Bowen didn't waste any time. He went ahead and made the motion as soon as he left the dugout. So we'll be right back in a few moments. Rangers trail 7-5, and we'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. Now pitching for the Rangers is going to be Dylan Collins, a freshman out of Fairview, Texas. Right-hander. Steps in, looks like about 6'3" out there. Guns a fastball for strike one to Zeke Haas. We don't have his height listed on the roster here, but he does. He looks about maybe 6'2", 6'3" out there. Right-handed pitcher works from the first base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch. Throws that one low. He's got a bit of a cannon out there. Good-looking fastball. Count goes to 1-1. He inherits bases loaded from Connor Gibson. He sets and delivers from the stretch here and almost hits him a little bit inside there. So ball 2-1 the count. Rangers can still come back and take this game, but they can't afford to give up any more runs this inning. They've got to calm these Golden Eagles down. And this ball is hit towards third. Gets under the glove of the diving Kelly. One run's going to score. They're going to hold the other runner up. Good cutoff there by Kelly. The ball is offline coming back in. Does score, so it's an RBI single for Zeke Haas as he picks up his first hit of this game. And the Golden Eagles continue to play station-to-station baseball here as they keep advancing runners one at a time, but it's working as they've now picked up 3 runs in this inning. And coming to the plate now is going to be the leadoff hitter, Ben Bryant. Bryant is 1 for 4 on the day with a single and an RBI and a strikeout. And he'll look at ball 1. 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Golden Eagles. 5 runs, 6 hits, only 1 error here for the Rangers. So Rangers getting behind here a little bit in the 7th inning. Got some work to do in their bottom half. And here's the pitch. Little sweeping curveball there for a strike. Count goes to 1-1. So bases loaded, 1 down here in the top of the 7th. 6 consecutive players have reached base here for the Golden Eagles. That ball is high for ball 2. Connor Gibson was able to record the first out on a ground out to third base, but after that, everybody has reached. Here's the 2-1 count. Outside, ball 3. Ranger pitching was doing great up until this inning with walks and hits coming across in bunches in this inning thus far. But prior to that, looking pretty good. And here's the pitch. High and away. That's going to walk in another run. So an RBI walk for Ben Bryant as he picks up his second RBI of this game. And Sonny Resnick comes across to score. There's nobody warming up in the Ranger bull. Well, actually there is. They're starting to get some movement in the Ranger bullpen again. But right now it's Dylan Collins' job to slow this team down. The Golden Eagles are 1 batter away from batting all the way around. This is the 9th batter of the inning. We don't want to see a 10th. Definitely need to get a double play right here. And he checked his swing, but he said he went around. So it's strike 1 to Jake Hieli. Hieli is 3 for 4 with 2 singles and a home run to go with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. So he has been part of the damage done by the Golden Eagles today against Northwestern. Checks his swing again. Similar pitch, but this time he held up. So count goes to 1-1. Ben Tomei standing on deck. Tomei hit a 2-run homer in the 5th inning. He is 1 for 4 on deck. Here's the pitch. This ball is hit high into left field, not too deep. Norson gets under it. They're going to try to advance the runner from third. Here's the throw from Norson to the plate. They got him. They got him. Nice throw out by Norson. There's the double play we were looking for. So great throw by Norson. Nice tag by Priest. And the Golden Eagles end up putting up 4 runs, but a nice double play to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the 7th Northwestern trailing by 4, 9-5. We'll be right back on the Rangers Sports Network. Bottom of the 7th inning here in Myers Stadium in Glass Family Field. Coming to the plate for the Rangers, number 2, center fielder Joseph Frisbee. Frisbee 0 for 2 in the game thus far with a walk, and he has scored a run back in the first inning. Rangers in a little bit of trouble now, giving up 4 runs in the top of the 7th. The game now 9-5 in favor of the Golden Eagles. And left-handed relief pitcher Alex Coop still at the plate, or still on the mound. So count goes to 1-0 here on Joseph Frisbee. Coop sets and deals, working from a wind-up position. Here's the pitch. This ball is stroked towards second base. What a stab there by the second baseman, Bryant, diving to his right. Very good, solid hit there by Frisbee, but fielded very well by Bryant for out number 1. It's kind of hit we look for the Rangers. It just didn't get past the infield, unfortunately. So with 1 down, coming to the plate now is going to be third baseman Sean Kelly. Kelly been pretty busy over there defensively for the Rangers. Had a lot of balls played his way the last few innings. Back in the first inning, Sean Kelly hit a home run over the left field fence for 2 RBIs, and since then he's hit a couple of deep shots to center field, just couldn't get as deep as his home run, unfortunately. So Kelly hoping to get things going again here for Northwestern. Can't be looking at the scoreboard for the runs or the inning situation. You just got to know you have a lot of outs in front of you and just keep getting hits. Here's the pitch to Kelly. Little underneath that one for strike 2. Alex Coop has managed to keep the Rangers off the base paths pretty well the last 3 innings. He got 3 big zeros in innings 4, 5, and 6. Connor Richardson gave up 5 runs in the first 3 innings to the Rangers, but Alex Coop has been pretty good here in relief. This ball's fouled off out of play on the first base side. Sean Kelly playing third base here for the Rangers. Where's number 19? He's from Arlington, Texas. A 6-foot junior. And this ball is hit a little ahead of the game on that one. Pulled fouled on the third base side. Both teams have used their starters from game 1 pretty evenly here in game 2. A couple of big-time pinch hit rolls for the Golden Eagles have really paid off in both games. That pitch just outside for ball 1. Specifically in the form of Matt Nunn, who has been highly productive as a pinch hitter in both games 1 and 2. 1-2 count now here to Sean Kelly. One down, nobody on. And he swings and misses that one for strike 3. So Alex Coop continues to look sharp as he has struck out 3 of the last 4 batters that he has faced. Now coming to the plate, left-handed hitter Blake Hoffman. Hoffman, the All-American from 2021. 1 for 3 in the game with a double and runs scored, but he did strike out his last 2 at-bats. Hoffman has only faced Coop here 1 time in this game, but he did strike out him as he looks at a breaking ball in there for strike 1. Hoffman, one of the top hitters in the GAC, coming back from the 2021 season, all-conference player. And here's the pitch. That one's in there for strike 2. He threw a high fastball and challenged him, and Hoffman was not looking for that. So count goes to 0-2 on Blake. Blake played the first base position here in the game number 1. He's playing DH here in game 2. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. He slaps into left field. If that stays fair, it's going to be trouble, and it just scoots foul. Stayed in the stadium, but just in the foul territory. That for sure would have been at least a double for Hoffman, which would have been his second one of the game. There is currently no activity in either one of the bullpens. And temperature is dropping. Feels about 37 degrees outside as he fights one off again to the left-hand side. This is not comfortable baseball weather, that is for sure. The winds have slowed down to about 9 miles an hour, and actually that's helped the temperature. Feels like it's actually back up to 40 now, with the wind starting to calm down. And Blake punishes one to deep right, but that is going to go foul and way out of play. He had a hanger there, but just pulled that one foul. He would love to see another pitch like that. Count still sits in the favor of Alex Coop, 0-2 with 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Nobody on. Infield playing deep. Outfield shading towards right field. And that looked good. Strike 3 looking, and that's a good solid pitch there by Alex Coop, and Hoffman didn't like it, but that was over the outside part of the plate for strike 3. We head to the top of the 8th inning. University of Minnesota Crookston on top, 9-5. We'll be right back on the Ranger Sports Network. And welcome back here to Alva, Oklahoma, bringing you Northwestern baseball. This is Fred Aubuchon on the Ranger Sports Network. Top of the 8th inning, Golden Eagles coming to the plate. Ben Tomei coming up first. And he'll look at a high curveball there by relief pitcher Dylan Collins for ball 1. Ben Tomei so far, strikeout, 2-run homer, and ground out to third. That 2-run homer was a big lift for them to tie the game. And then 2 innings later, the bats for the Golden Eagles kind of got hot a little bit, as did their eye at the plate, and drew several walks and a couple of singles to produce 4 runs. 1-1 now the count here to Ben Tomei. Dylan Collins, the right-handed pitcher, grooves one in there. High pop up here to Norson. Norson coming in a few steps. Now the wind's taking a little bit. He reaches out to his left, makes the play for a loud out number 1. So Tomei now goes to 1 for 5 on the day, for the game actually. And that's out number 1 here in the top of the 8th. Brad Morris coming to the plate, center fielder. Singled, grounded out to short, doubled, and got on base on an error, and then he eventually scored after getting on base due to the error from third base. It was a tough call on Kelly to give him the error. He made a great snag with his glove, but then he lost control of it trying to make the throw. Check swing in there for a strike. Count goes to 1-1. Morris was part of a double play back in the first inning. And there's a shot into left field that's going to get between third and short for a base hit. That's his 3rd hit of the game. The Rangers have turned 2 double plays in this game. One, your traditional 4-6-3 double play, and then also a fly out to left field, throw out the plate. More of a non-traditional. So, 1 on, 1 out here for Mitch Goodwin, the shortstop. Ball is inside for ball 1. Correction, it's only 1 double play. The other play was only a fielder's choice. So 1-0 the count now. Here's the pitch. That one's high as well. 2-0 the count. Dylan Collins showing a very lively fastball, but a little bit of an issue on control sometimes. Mitch Goodwin hit into a fielder's choice. He's also flew out to left field, struck out, and got a single and scored a run back in the 7th inning. This pitch is going to be just outside for ball 3. Back in the 7th inning, the Golden Eagles had 3 singles, but also 3 walks, which produced 4 runs. 3-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Looks good. Inside part of the plate for a strike. Another lively fastball from Collins. Dylan Collins out of Fairview, Texas. He is a true freshman. Pitching from the first base side of the rubber. Throw. Nice move to first. And back in time is Brad Morris. And we'll start this up again. 3-1 the count. 1 down, 1 on here, top of the 8th inning. And here's the pitch. And that one gets away. Nicely protected by Priest, but it's still going to be a walk. So ball 4. And that'll put 2 on now with only 1 down. And it looks like we may have a pinch hitter here. So yes, it is. Number 23, Ben Goles, who went in as a pinch runner, is going to stay in the game. Or he must have stayed in the game at the designated hitter position. And Goles with a big swing and miss. Goles eventually scored after he pinch ran for Matt Nunn, who had walked in a pinch hitting role for Cameron Demaria. So now he stays in the game. And he draws 2 men on, and he is 0-1 on his count. And this ball is nubbed just foul first base side. Just got a little piece of it, but that quickly moves the count to 0-2. Goals played in Game 1. In Game 1, he was 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs and a couple of walks. So somebody who's been very productive so far for the Golden Eagles. The 0-2 pitch. This ball is fouled out of play, left-hand side into the fencing. I want to thank all of you that are staying with us for this doubleheader. I know it's been a bit of a long day for everybody, but it's just so exciting to have baseball back again. Opportunity for us to start with our outdoor sports and get them going. Have more baseball tomorrow. Game 3 of this series at 1 o'clock here at Meyer Stadium and the Glass Family Field. 0-2 still to count. Here's the pitch. This ball is slapped into left field. It's going to get past the jumping Guerrero. They're going to send... Oh, they stopped the runner, which was a good idea because that throw from Northwestern would have nailed him as well. Northwestern coming up with some big throws out of left field. But another single here off of Collins puts the bases loaded as Goals gets his first hit of this game. Coming to the plate now is going to be the catcher, Sonny Resnick. Resnick, his last appearance, had a walk that produced a run, and he also scored a run. So he's walked twice in this game. He's officially 0 for 2 with a run scored and RBI. As a dribble at a third, they're going to have to let that one go foul. A run's going to score. And they do. Good decision there by Kelly not to try to force it. Coming down the line hard is Brad Morris from third. I think he would have scored easily. There was no chance to get him, so let it go foul and take your chance on a better infield out, maybe a strikeout, double play, and not give up that run. Resnick in his first at-bat flew out to center. In his second one, he grounded out to second base, then he drew consecutive walks. 0-1's the count. Here's the pitch. That pitch is good for a strike, so the count goes to 0-2. Just past 7 p.m. Central Time here in Alva, Oklahoma. Here's the pitch. Outside. That'll be a ball. So count moves to 1-2 now here on Resnick. Resnick from Twin Valley, Minnesota. He's a senior, and he'll look at ball 2 there. So 2-2 on Resnick. Dylan Collins is battling out there. He really does not want to give up any more runs. Need to keep within striking distance of the Golden Eagles. Here's the pitch. This one's popped into center. It's kind of deep. Frisbee has to go back. He plays it running back to the wall. That's going to definitely score a run. Runner from second is going to try for home. The throw to the plate. Not in time to throw back to second. Also not going to be a play. So that's a sacrifice fly that scores 2 runs. So great speed on the base path by Brad Morris coming in from second base. Sorry, that would be Mitch Goodwin coming in from second base. And then Goals advances to second on the throw to home. So a sacrifice 2 RBI fly out to center field. And they're going to appeal over to second to see if he left early, and it's a no-go. And now coming to the plate is Chad Musser. Musser walked and scored a run, grounded out, struck out, had an RBI single back in the 7th. And he comes up with a man on second and 2 down, facing off against Dylan Collins. This pitch will be outside for ball 1. So one thing we've definitely seen from the Golden Eagles is they can score runs in bunches. Collins again working from the stretch. 1-0 count here on Musser. Here's the pitch. Just a little bit low. Count goes to 2-0. Nobody warming up in the Ranger bullpen, but we do have some activity in the Golden Eagles bullpen. move to second base. Just trying to keep the runner close, or maybe help Dylan Collins maybe clear his head a little bit. Musser waits, sitting with a 2-0 count. This pitch is right down the middle. Well placed there by Collins. Count goes to 2-1. It's been a long couple of innings out there for Dylan Collins. He has seen a lot of batters. This ball's popped up high into center field. It should end the inning. Coming in is Frisbee. Going back is Guerrero. Guerrero will make the play in deep shortstop position and short left center, and that'll be all. But few more runs cross the plate. Thank you to the 2 RBI sacrifice fly by Sonny Resnick. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Rangers trail 11-5. We'll be right back on the Rangers Sports Network. And we are back here once again on the Ranger Sports Network. I think I may have said heading into the bottom of the 7th. Sorry about that. Heading in the bottom of the 8th inning. Rangers coming to the plate. Brandon Holdren is going to lead off. Cleanup hitter, first baseman here in this game number 2 of the doubleheader. Brandon continues hitting the ball really well. It's 2 for 3 in this game. A single, a double, a run scored. But he's going to be facing off against left-handed pitching Alex Coop, who's been here on relief and looking really good as he throws strike one. Coop so far, no runs, 1 hit, 5 strikeouts, no walks. He has been almost perfect in relief. The Golden Eagles do have somebody warming up right now as we see a swing and a miss, strike 2 there by Holdren. Again, Holdren been one of the better hitters here for the Rangers today. 1 for 4 in game number 1, 2 for 3 here in game number 2. Like to see him continue that hot streak and pick up his 4th hit of the day. Check swing, just misses. That ball is just a little bit high and inside, so good eye there by Brandon. Count moves to 1-2 here. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the 8th inning. Rangers trailing 11-5. Coop with the moves and way outside. 2-2 is the count. Northwestern 5 runs on 6 hits. They do have 1 error. Minnesota Crookston 11 runs on 13 hits. They've committed no errors. Again, defensively in this game, both teams have been very, very solid. The pitch by Coop. Check swing, and he went for it, but the ball got away from Resnick. A long throw to first, and he does get him by a step and a half to complete the strikeout. 6 strikeouts now for Alex Coop. Coming to the plate now is going to be the left fielder, Dylan Norson. Norson 1 for 3 with a double, a run scored, and 2 RBIs. Last time up, Northwestern flew out to right field. And the first pitch by Coop, kind of low and inside, scoots away from Resnick. Ball one. Northwestern picked up his first RBI back in the first inning on a ground out to second base. Picked up another one with a double back in the third inning, and that was the time that he scored a run. This pitch just misses. Count goes to 2-0. On deck for the Rangers, second baseman Yugo Hamakawa. Rangers need a bunch right now, but most importantly, to start getting on base. As Northwestern does, he slaps one into right for a single, picking up his second hit of the day. So Northwestern with a double and a single so far in 4 at-bats. And coming to the plate is going to be second baseman Yugo Hamakawa. Once again, this is Fred Aubuchon filling in for... Who am I filling in for? Almost forgot. Dustin Goodnow. It's been a long day for me, too. I guess I'm out 0 for 3. As Hamakawa swings away and misses on the first pitch. So 0-1 the count on Yugo. Runner on first, one down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Hamakawa flied deep to center in his last at-bat. Prior to that, he had an RBI double and a walk. 1 for 2 officially on the day. Looks at a breaking pitch just high. Count moves to 1-1 on Yugo. Temperature here in Alva holding pretty steady, right around 43 degrees, feels like about 39, 40 degrees out. The winds have died down tremendously, but still quite cold out. This pitch is going to be in there for a strike. Taking all the way was Yugo. Appreciate all of our fans not only listening, but also the fans that came in attendance today and battled the cold weather to support their Rangers. It was Hall of Fame weekend here in Alva. And Northwestern celebrated that Hall of Fame by getting 2 big wins in basketball, both men's and women's, beating East Central on Saturday. Swing and a miss by Hamakawa. He goes down on strikes. And that'll be the second out of the inning. So with 2 down, Brandon Koenig is coming to the plate. And Brandon's looking for his first hit of the season. He's grounded out, flew out to right field, and struck out. He's officially only recorded 1 at-bat versus Alex Cope. He was the last one to get out against the previous pitcher, Richardson. And since then, Cope has come on and just shut the Rangers down thus far. Again, yielding only 2 hits since he has come in, and they were both singles. No walks to go with 7 strikeouts. Count now 1-0 here on Koenig. And the pitch, and that's going to be in there for a strike, catching the outside part of the plate on the third base side. No activity right now in the Rangers bullpen. Still see just a little bit of movement taking place in the bullpen for the Golden Eagles. Swing and a miss there by Braden. Count now goes to 1-2. Dylan Northwestern getting anxious over there at first. He would love to advance on the bases and help his team and try to score his second run of the game. Coop sets and deals. Good take there by Koenig. Ball is outside, moving the count to 2-2. Northwestern helping the Rangers out by picking up the team's 7th hit here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Coop deals. This ball's hit up the middle slowly. Could be playable. Picked up by the second baseman. Throw to first, safe, and he beats it out. Bryant made a good play. I thought he might try to tag Norson moving to second, but he chose to throw to first. That should go down as a single, and it does. And that's going to be the first hit of the season for Braden Koenig, as he's sitting on first with a base hit. And over at second now is Dylan Norson. And we have another pinch hitter coming in the game for the Rangers. Actually, it's not a pinch hitter. Sorry, it's Hayden Priest, who stayed in the game to catch. So he will now be hitting in the number 8 spot. And he comes to the plate with 2 on and 2 down. Big spot here for Hayden Priest. Check swing, ball just a little bit high. Priest was 1 for 3 in the first game, and his other 2 appearances he did strike out, but he did have a hit. If he could just get that hit here again in this inning, that could help the Rangers get something going. That's a breaking ball that finds the outside part of the plate on the first base side. That'll be a strike 1. So Priest, who stayed in for pinch hitter Brett Erickson, who did replace the starting catcher Gavin Mendoza, he sits in a 1-1 count with 2 down, 2 on here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Rangers trailing by 6. And he fouls that one out of play, right-hand side. Love to see that base hit by Braden Koenig, getting his first hit today. Love to see him make it worth it and find a way to score even from first. Count sits at 1 ball, 2 strikes on Priest. Here's the pitch. Stroked into left. Oh, snagged by Tomei. Solid hit into left field. Thought that was going to be the one to score some runs, and nice jumping leap there by Tomei to end the inning. So Priest lines out to third base, and that'll be all. Rangers strand 2. We head to the top of the 9th. Northwestern trailing 11-5. We'll be right back on the Rangers Sports Network. Top of the 9th inning, and we have a pinch hitter coming in here for the Golden Eagles. Paxton Nelson out of Spicer, Minnesota, is going to bat for Zeke Haas here in the top of the 9th. And kind of a wild pitch there. Almost takes out the umpire, so ball 1. Paxton Nelson is a junior, 5'9" lefty. And a great opportunity for the Golden Eagles to get a few other players some at-bats here in the 9th. Big cut and a miss there, so 1-1 is the count. Still on the mound here for the Rangers is Dylan Collins. The lanky righty works in a half wind-up position from the first base side of the rubber, and he'll throw that one in there for strike two. On deck, we still have leadoff hitter Ben Bryant waiting to come in. Looks like they're just going to throw a lot of lefties here at Dylan Collins. 1-2 the count here on Nelson. Here's the pitch. Almost hits him. A little bit too tight and inside. Pretty close to where that last pitch was, but the last one caught a piece of the plate. So the count now goes to 2-2 here with nobody on and nobody out here in the top of the ninth inning. That pitch is just a tad bit low. Count moves to full. University of Minnesota Crookston on top 11-5 over Northwestern here in the ninth inning. They took game one 8-0. This pitch is low and another walk today, and that's a lot of walks. This one going to Paxton Nelson. And Paxton will go over and stand on first. I don't know if they're going to use a pinch runner. It doesn't look like it. Ben Bryant now coming to the plate. Bryant walked and had an RBI off of a walk. Singled and had an RBI. Officially 1 for 4 in the game. Now officially working from the stretch, Dylan Collins sets and deals. There's a bunt tap popped up, and it's going to land just in the netting by the first base dugout. So Bryant squaring up again in another ninth inning with a big lead, squaring up and trying to get on via the bunt. So count now 0-1 here to Ben Bryant. Bryant out of Fargo, North Dakota, redshirt senior. Here's the pitch, just a little high. Bryant played some of his junior college games at Des Moines Area Community College. Collins sets, he deals. There goes the runner. Throw it on to second, and they got him. Nice job. Great arm there by Priest, and he picks off the guy at second. I don't know why you're trying to steal with a 6-run lead in the ninth, but that's what you get. So he's out at second. That'll go down as 3-6 for out number 1. So again, good arm there by Priest, and now working from more of a wind-up position with a 2-1 count. Dylan Collins sets and deals, and just misses high, moving the count to 3-1. Like to see Collins go a little more aggressively and go down the middle. Let your defense do their job here, and he does. Big swing and a miss, moving the count to full. Keep that heater going, and again, give your defense a chance. You got great defensive players behind you. Keep throwing those strikes. Full count, 1 down here in the bottom, or top of the ninth. Here's the pitch, and he's going to miss for ball 4. So Ben Bryant gets his second walk of the game. And coming to the plate is Jake Hiela. Hiela 3 for 5 in the game, scored a couple of runs, had a solo home run back in the first inning. RBI single in the second, singled in the fifth and scored a run. In his last 2 appearances, he has flown out. So officially again 3 for 5 for Jake, and he'll look at strike 1. On first is Ben Bryant. He drew the second walk of the inning, but the first guy who walked, back Paxton Nelson, got thrown out at second base attempting to steal. 0-1 the count. Pitch by Collins. Check swing, and he did go. Ball was in the dirt and nicely blocked by Priest back out in front of the plate. No advance there by Bryant. Tell you, Priest has got a lively arm. Earlier in the game, he had a wild pitch on him. He recovered it through to third base, and he was, without even looking, it was just on the money, and it was hard. I like seeing this guy throw after especially just gunning somebody down here in the 9th inning. 0-2 the count. Kind of a quarter check swing there by Hayela. Ball was outside. Count goes to 1-2. Started play today at 1 o'clock for game 1 of the doubleheader. It's coming up on 7:30. So I know all these guys and all the staff working here for Northwestern are a little fatigued at this point, that's for sure, as we see ball 2 outside. So I want to thank all of them for all they do, all the staff I mean, and thank all of them for all their efforts in helping this doubleheader take place today. I know all of us are just excited to have baseball and softball back. 2-2 the count here, top of the 9th. Another check swing bender there, and no call. 3-2 the count. Good chance that Bryant will be taken off with the pitch, even though there's only one down. They've seemed pretty aggressive on the base paths. Collins has got to challenge him. He's got to come after him. There goes the runner. Ball's popped up real high. Short center field. Frisbee coming in, moving over into right field. Now the ball really took off. Basically behind second base. He did drop it, but it was well after he had caught it, so the umpire ruled as an out, and that he dropped it on the throw attempt. So no advance of the runner, and that will be just a very high and long fly out to center field that almost ended up in right field. So 2 down now here in the top of the 9th. And Ben Tomei coming to the plate. And the first pitch is going to be fouled off. Tomei is 1 for 5 in this game, but his one was a big one, a 2-run homer back in the 5th inning. He also has a couple strikeouts from the beginning of the game. So seeing his 6th plate appearance here in game number 2. He was also 1 for 4 with 3 runs scored and an RBI in the first game. So Ben Tomei may not have a lot of hits, but he's been a very productive player for the Golden Eagles. So a quick throw over to first base. Back easily there is Ben Bryant. 2 down, top of the 9th. Count 0-1 here on Tomei. That's a slow bender right there that doesn't really hit enough of the plate, so count moves to 1-1. 11 runs, 13 hits for the Golden Eagles. 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Rangers. Here's the pitch. Swung on and just got a piece of it off the end of the bat. That'll go down as strike 2. 1-2 now the count. Just a reminder to all of our listeners, we are back here again tomorrow at 1 o'clock for Game 3 of this series. And here's the 1-2 pitch. This ball is driven deep into left field. That is trouble. Going back is Northwestern. He has no chance, and that is gone. As he ripped an inside hanger for a 2-run homer, his second 2-run homer of the game. And the Golden Eagles will now take a 13-5 lead here in the top of the 9th. And the Golden Eagles are really enjoying that moment, as they've had a few home runs here today. That was a solid shot. Coming to the plate now with nobody on, Brad Morris. First pitch to Morris is going to be a hard fastball that was hard to hang on to. Kind of crossed up Priest a little bit, but it's going to go as a ball. Just missed on the outside part of the plate. Dylan Collins just trying to get through this 9th inning. This ball is fouled off on the right-hand side. Moving the count to 1-1. Collins sets, he deals. That ball's going to be outside. Count now goes to 2-1. We are seeing a little bit of activity in the Ranger bullpen. My guess is we're not going to let Collins keep going here if he continues to have difficulty just because we want to save his arm for the future. It's been a long couple of innings for him. Ball is shot into right center. Solid hit there by Morris. And that'll be a really good single there. And that's back-to-back hits for Brad Morris. And that might be all for Collins. We'll have to wait and see if we're going to let him pitch to Mitch Goodwin with a man on first. It looks like that is the case. Going to let him pitch to Mitch Goodwin here. I would guarantee that would be his last batter if he happens to get on. But I'd like to see him take care of business, get himself out of the inning. This ball's popped up. Deep second base going over is Hamakawa. He's losing sight of it. He makes the play. Almost lost it in the lights there, and that'll be all. So fly out to second base to end the inning. But a few more runs score on the big 2-run homer from Ben Tomei. Northwestern heads into the bottom of the ninth, trailing 13-5. We'll be back on the Ranger Sports Network in just a moment. And we are back once again here in Alva, Oklahoma. Myers Stadium in the Glass Family Field. Bottom of the ninth inning, Rangers need to produce a lot within 3 outs in order to have a chance to stay in this game. And they are facing a relief pitcher now in Jackson Schneider. Leading off for the Rangers is going to be Brian Guerrero, the shortstop. Guerrero 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. Right-handed pitcher from Forest Lake, Minnesota. And he's missed on the first 2 here. Jackson Schneider also played at Century College before transferring to play for University of Minnesota Crookston. And he misses again there, 3-0. So Guerrero probably taken all the way here, trying to draw his second walk of the game. On deck, Joseph Frisbee. This pitch should catch the plate, but does not. Lead-off 4-pitch walk for Brian Guerrero, and he gets on base for the second time today. So Jackson Snyder taking over for Alex Coop, and Alex was fantastic, giving up no runs in approximately 5 innings. I'm not even sure on the official, maybe 5 in the third innings. Only gave up, I believe, 2 hits in that entire span. So what a pitching performance for Alex Coop, the sophomore lefty out of Parker's Prairie, Minnesota, as we see a foul ball here by Joseph Frisbee. Frisbee would like nothing more than just to get on base here. Again, he walked back in the first. Here's the pitch. And this one will be fouled off as well. So consecutive foul balls here by Joseph Frisbee. So Joseph walked in the first, eventually scored a run, flied out to center in the second, lined to first base in the fourth, and in the seventh, lined as well to second base. His liner to first base in the fourth is actually a one-hopper snagged by the first baseman, Hieli. Big curveball doesn't hit there. He's pretty lucky on that one. That was close. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count now. Nobody out, 1 down, and 1 on. And that's a wild pitch. Actually, that's probably a pass ball. Pass ball past the catcher there, allowing the runner to advance to second. So we'll call that a pass ball for right now. It got just on the inside part of the glove of the catcher, Resnick, and he has not stopped a lot of those today. So now nobody down and still 1 on, but now he's on second base in scoring position. The Rangers would love to keep that 0 under the out category and just start advancing runners. This ball's crushing to right field. That's going to score a run. That'll be a single, and they're going to send the runner. He's going to go for 2. Gutsy play, and he just gets in there at second base. So an RBI double for Frisbee, who picks up his first hit of the new season. Love to see that kind of fight. And love to see Guerrero scoring a run all the way from second base as well. And the double to right field. I really did not think he would go for 2, but he did. And at this point, why not? Be aggressive and see what happens. Coming to the plate now, Sean Kelly. Kelly hit a 2-run homer back in the first inning. He's flown out to center twice and struck out. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball. He's going to hit that into left field for a base hit. Probably won't send the runner on this one. And they do not. So back-to-back hits and 3 consecutive base runners here for the Rangers. As Kelly picks up a single, his second hit of the game. And now Frisbee stands over at third. Blake Hoffman coming to the plate. Blake Hoffman had a double and scored a run back in the first, but has struck out 3 consecutive times since then. To say he's due is an understatement. So Blake Hoffman coming to the plate with an opportunity to get this gap a little bit closer. So now working from the stretch, Jackson Snyder delivers. This ball's hit to right field. That's going to be a base hit and an RBI. So Hoffman comes through, picking up his second hit of the game and picking up his first RBI of the game. And we're starting to see some activity now in the bullpen for the Golden Eagles as Coach heads out. So we're going to take a break here for just a second. We don't anticipate a pitching change just yet, but we'll be right back in a moment. Okay, after the quick mound visit, probably allowing the bullpen to get a little more loose just in case things get out of hand. We are now back up with cleanup hitter Brandon Holdren, who's had a solid day. 2 for 4, double and a single, scored a run. And the Rangers have had 4 consecutive base runners producing a few runs here. And this pitch will be in there for strike 1. So righty on lefty matchup. Holdren, the lefty, out of Baytown, Texas, trying to keep his Rangers alive. Trailing by 8, entering the bottom of the 9th, now trailing by just 6. And the pitch by Schneider Hit into left field, but going to get out of play foul. Probably heading towards vehicles on that one, and it's too dark to see. So count goes to 0-2. I'm sure Holdren would like that pitch back. It wasn't a bad pitch, but he just did not square it up. Infield playing to protect from doubles down the third base line, but they're giving up a lot of space down the first base line. There looks like they're not thinking the possibility of double down first base. They're worried more about the gaps right now. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. This one's hit over to the first base side. Slow roller. Going to be a easy pickup and play there by Hayeli. But the runners do advance. So that will be a 3 unassisted by Hayeli for out number 1. And now runners are at second and third. And coming to the plate, Dylan Norson. Dylan having a pretty solid game. Picked up a ground out RBI in the first, an RBI double and scored a run in the third, flew out in the fifth, and picked up a single back in the eighth. Officially 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored, and a double as well. So Norson, pretty productive. If he can get himself a gapper here, that would definitely help his team continue on in this bottom of the ninth inning. So far, 13 runs, 15 hits for the Golden Eagles. The Rangers now 7 runs on 11 hits, and they do have 1 error. But they've put across 2 in this inning, and they're trying to keep this going as they have runners on second and third. So 2 in scoring position for Norson. This ball is hit towards short. Going to be a tough hop. It does. It bounces off the shortstop. 2 runs are going to score. Hoffman on his heel. Got to go. Taking off for second base is Norson. That should go down. Oh, I don't know if that's going to be an error or a single. It was a shot to short, and you knew he wasn't going to be able to make that play. It was hit too sharp. I'd give him probably a 2 RBI single on that one. Waiting for the official score, but nope, it's going to be listed as an error. That's a tough error on day 1 of the new season. But 2 runs do score. And Norson does his job. He doesn't get any RBIs for it, but 2 runs have scored, and all of a sudden we've got a game. 13-9 here, only 1 down. Yugo Hamakawa at the plate. And Braden Koenig on deck. Just misses outside part of the plate. Ball 1. This is a great rally by the Rangers, things we would have liked to have seen many innings ago. But pitcher Alex Coop kind of kept the Rangers off the base paths, but this inning has been fantastic for them, getting their biggest production since the first inning. Just missing there once again. Tight strike zone here against Jackson Schneider. And I got to think if he doesn't get Yugo, we might be seeing another pitcher coming in to face Koenig. Also got to be wondering on what's on the mind of head coach Ryan Bowen as far as any potential pinch hitters he may have. That one almost hits him in the knees. Count moves to 3-0, and Yugo is in a great spot right now for a walk. But again, got to be thinking about what type of pinch hitters might be coming up. But you do have Priest, who came through back in the, I believe, the bottom of the 8th, as we do get a walk here to Yugo, and that'll put runners at first and second. And coach is coming out, which means we are going to have a pitching change, so we're going to take a break here for just a moment. We're here in the bottom of the 9th. Things are getting interesting. Rangers trail by 4. We'll be right back on the Rangers Sports Network. And we are back here once again, bottom of the ninth inning, and it's getting exciting here in Elva. Coming to the plate now is going to be Braden Koenig. He inherits 2 runners on, only down by 4. 4 runs have already crossed this inning, cutting into that lead of the Golden Eagles. He got a pinch runner on first, and honestly, I cannot tell who it is. He snuck in there, but pinch running for Yugo Hamakawa. And now pitching is going to be Logan Spencer. Logan Spencer, a freshman, and first pitch here to Braden is going to be fouled straight back. Logan Spencer, a freshman out of East Grand Forks, Minnesota. So a freshman, difficult situation to inherit, but also not the worst. You've got a 4-run lead, which means you have a little bit of room for error. The Rangers are hoping for a lot of that error and try to get these runs back as the tying run is standing on deck. This ball is hit high into right field. Should be playable from Musser. He does come in, makes the play, no advance by the runner from second. And that'll be one quick out here for Logan Spencer. As we head to our last out available, and coming to the plate should be, yes, Priest is still in the game. So Priest is coming to the plate. Number 16, Hayden Priest, excuse me. 5'10", sophomore from Enid, Oklahoma, trying to not be the last out of the inning and try to keep this game alive for Guerrero, who stands on deck. Again, Guerrero represents the tying run. The first pitch to Priest is low for ball 1. There's still activity going on in the Golden Eagles bullpen, so Logan Spencer is going to have a short leash here. But he's already 1 for 1 in getting Rangers out. Another pitch low, ball 2. So 2-0 the count, two down, 2 on here in the bottom of the ninth. Rangers trail by 4. Rangers already putting up 4 runs in this inning, representing the most of any single inning for this entire day of baseball. They'd like to see that keep going. That pitch is in there for a strike, taking all the way is Priest. Spencer steps off the mound, is kind of regathering himself, trying to keep his hands warm. It is a cold time to come into a game for the first time as a pitcher, is in the ninth inning of a 40-degree evening. So a 2-1 count sits on Priest. Here's the pitch. Way inside, almost gets away. Nice stop there by Resnick. So the count moves to 3-1. Two down here in the bottom of the ninth. Rangers trying to stay alive. Like to see Priest get on base here. The ball pitch is nubbed into right field. Going to be a tough play. Oh, but over the shoulder and just foul territory is Hielia. That'll be the final out of the game. Rangers make a heck of a comeback here in the ninth, but they drop game 2 of the doubleheader. As a reminder, game 3 will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Please join us on the Ranger Sports Network.